Here's your chance. Lundagin mo, baby! Kasama ang mga pilosopong sina Jovi Miroy at Ron Capinding. Lundagin mo, baby! Leaping upward, leaping forward. Lundagin mo, baby! Leaping to greater heights, to greater wisdom, to greater magis. Lundag na, Ateneo! Radyo Katipunan is now online. See our live feed on facebook.com/radyo-katipunan. Check out our Instagram and our Twitter at Radyo Katipunan and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Radyo Katipunan FM for more exclusive content. Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Sa Blue Eagle kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay Atenista sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugod, todo sa kayon, dunong at tulog. Lipat na Blue Eagle, galing giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan.
Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle. Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.
Jescom Music Ministry. Music that uplifts the soul. Follow jescom.ph on Spotify and Jescom Music on YouTube. We are also on iTunes and Deezer.
Live in all caps. Ito po si Lenny Robredo sumusuporta sa ating minamahal na multi-awarded multimedia guru Noel Ferrer sa kanyang pagle-level up. Kaya Ateneo, level up! Level up!
Happy victorious 3rd anniversary Radyo Katipunan, and congratulations to my very good friend Noel Ferrer of Level Up for all awards you have been receiving. It's such a great honor and privilege na mag-guest po sa inyong show last year. It was so much fun doing that interview considering that I was still grieving the loss of my mom and my beloved sister. It's really nice to talk to my good friend, kapatid na Noel. It's always a pleasure. Please take care of yourself and stay safe and healthy. Sa kahit na ano pong gagawin natin, kailangan po tayong mag-level up. Again, thank you very much. Thank you for your service, and God bless you more and more.
Happy 3rd anniversary sa Radyo Katipunan at syempre, congratulations din kay Sir Noel ng Level Up. Thank you for always sharing the message of hope during these uncertain times, and I pray that you will always be a source of inspiration for your community. Once again, congratulations and happy 3rd anniversary.
Voice of the Blue Eagle, Radyo Katipunan 87.9.
Hello, ako po si Joey De Leon at ako po ay bumabati sa Radyo Katipunan sa kanilang anibersaryo. Kung nabubuhay lang si Bonifacio, tiyak sasabihin niya, "So good, mga kapatid." So good, lalo na ang palatuntunan ni Noel na level up. In English, level up. In Tagalog, kataas-taasang Radyo Katipunan. Congratulations, tandaan nyo, ang Radyo Katipunan, lalo na ang level up ni Noel. So good, mga kapatid.
The Voice of the Blue Eagle, Radyo Katipunan 87.9.
Sa Radyo Katipunan, happy 3rd anniversary po sa inyo. Thank you for connecting us with one another during these difficult times. At pati kay Sir Noel ng Level Up, congratulations din po sa inyo. Thank you for bringing to us stories of inspiration and stories of excellence. Ako po si Vico Soto na nagsasabing basta't sama-sama tayo, patuloy na umaagos ang pag-asa at patuloy tayong mag-level up.
The Voice of the Blue Eagle, Radyo Katipunan 87.9.
Congratulations for the 3rd year anniversary of Level Up, and congratulations, Noel, for all the awards and recognition you've been receiving for you and your program. And syempre, I'd like to thank you and to congratulate you for having the virtue of always speaking the truth and always standing for what is right and what is good. So again, congratulations at sana matagal na matagal pang yung programa at ang iyong kontribusyon sa ating industriya. Again, congratulations!
Hi Noel, my friend. Congratulations on the success of your online show, Level Up. 3 years old na and it continues to reap awards. So friend, continue to serve our people, our industry, and our country. And bilang kaibigan, kung may maitutulong ako, friend, I will always be here, okay? Just a text away. So please keep up the excellent work. Pareho tayo ng advokasya pagdating sa bakuna. Meron lamang kung gustong ibigay na mensahe para sa ating mga kababayan. Okay? Mga kababayan, magpabakuna na po tayong lahat. Ang vaccine po ay para po sa ating kaligtasan at hindi po ito dapat katakutan. Ililigtas po tayo nito sa pandemyang COVID-19. Kaya huwag na po tayong mag-atubili na magpabakuna. Do it for yourself, for your family, for your community, and for our country. Kaya magparehistro na po kayo at siguraduhin po na magpabakuna. Malalagpasan din po natin ang pagsubok na ito. This is Congresswoman Ate V, and may God bless us all. Salamat po.
I am a COVID survivor. And my doctor said that with my comorbidities, it's good that I completed my vaccination. The result? Low viral load, less symptoms, less chance of transmitting the virus. Please get vaccinated. All vaccines protect us against hospitalization and even death. Basta bakunado, okay nang maging close tayo.
Jescom Music Ministry. Music that uplifts the soul. Follow jescom.ph on Spotify and Jescom Music on YouTube. We are also on iTunes and Deezer.
Radyo Katipunan is now online. See our live feed on facebook.com/Radyo Katipunan. Check out our Instagram and our Twitter at Radyo Katipunan and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Radyo Katipunan FM for more exclusive content. Lead X. X is for the extracurricular life of the Ateneo College students. X is for the X factor that transforms them into leaders, into men and women for others. X is for Lead X. Lead X. Cut! Good take! Want to hear our take on all your favorite filmy things? Tune in to Clapback, the radio show for film critics, production news, pop culture, and social commentary, serving as a place for our voice in our cinematic universe. Hosted by the Loyola Film Circle, Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Action!
To listen to music that uplifts the soul, follow jescom.ph on Spotify and Jescom Music on YouTube. Our music is also available on iTunes and Deezer.
Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Follow at Radyo Katipunan in our social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. All caps, mga Atenista, it's time to level up. Your talk variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Fridays from 3 to 6 p.m. here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Good morning, Ateneo. Start your day right with your morning wake-up call. Good morning, Ateneo. Energize your day with the lively, funny, and lovely tandem of Mir de los Santos and Tats Kidlat. Catch the latest news and stories around the campus. Good morning, Ateneo. Your daily dose of radio chikahan, tawanan, kantahan, and kwentuhan. Every morning from 9 to 10 a.m. Tuesdays to Fridays. Good morning, Ateneo. Your mornings will never be the same again. Join Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle as he delivers to us the preachings of the Sunday's Gospel that's awe-inspiring, yet easy to understand and appreciate. Let us all listen to the Word of God here on The Word Exposed on Air, only on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Rejoice, refresh, renew, and reflect. Join us for an hour of music that uplifts the soul. Listen to your favorite Jesuit music ministry artists. This is JMM Radio. Get your day's dose of inspirational music. Tune in to JMM Radio every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Tara na't simulan ng inyong umaga sa mga magagandang refleksyon tungkol sa ating buhay at pananampalataya. Kasama sina Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle ng Manila, Father J. Boy Gonzales at Father Nono Alfonso ng Kapisanan ni Jesus, Father Khalil Yamado ng Manila Cathedral, at binibining Risa Singson Kaupeng ng Light of Jesus Community dito sa Kapit Pandasal sa Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle. The Jesuit Hour. Get to know the Jesuits. Discover their spirituality, their history, their ministries. The Jesuit Hour. Anything Jesuit, everything Jesuit. The Jesuit Hour.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ear.
Do you long for a good spiritual read? Or for literature that not only feeds the mind, but nourishes the soul as well? Do you want to be inspired, feel positive and hopeful about life? Then read The Windhover, the official magazine of the Jesuits in the Philippines. Written by Jesuits and their lay partners, The Windhover features real stories about the Jesuits and their various ministries. Be inspired. Be blessed. Subscribe to The Windhover. For inquiries, call the Philippine Jesuit Aid Association at telephone numbers 426-6001, locals 4890 or 4892. Once again, Philippine Jesuit Aid Association, telephone numbers 426-6001, locals 4890 or 4892.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay Atenista, sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugo, todo sa kayod, tunong at tulong. Lipad na Blue Eagle, galing hiding at tigil.
Mga Atenista, it's time to level up! Your talk variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Fridays from 3 to 6 p.m. here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Pero, tapos na yung contest days. Tapos na yun.
Oo naman. Growth na tayo ngayon.
Correct. Established, parang yun. Anyway, all good, all ready, all the best.
Yes!
Anyway, today, as we level up, we will level up and have a great updating and catching up with performers whom I've seen from the very start. No, so alam niyo ako, hooray for the underdog. Parang si David na nandito lang ngayon nasa farm pero ayaw magpakita. So hooray for the excellent underdogs kami. And this girl, knows that I've been cheering for her from the start. From the beginning nung nakilala ko siya sa Talentado pa, the nag-Star Factor. Tapos yun na nga, may title na siya ngayon, Asia's Phoenix. Pero yun, beyond the title, we see her as just this, no? And the person we loved from the start. Morisette, Mori, welcome back. And well, I miss you, you know that.
Oh, Sir Noel, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm very well naman.
parang panata. Ganyan naman talaga, no? Parang that's Morisette from the start. Hindi naghuhumiyaw yung galing. Parang pag nakikita mo lang nagta-transform sa stage, pero ayan, no? In your cocoon, ganyan lang talaga. What have you been doing? What have you been doing since the pandemic? Kumusta ka?
I am good naman po. Since the pandemic actually, so syempre as ako kasi po talaga, I'm one of those artists na mas dati nung, especially in the first in the first decade of my career, is doon ako nagsa-thrive sa mga live shows. But then when the pandemic happened, syempre walang concerts, walang gatherings. So I think it gave me lang din the opportunity na una, syempre mag-gather din talaga muna ng rest. And after then, when I was able to parang recharge na and really think about how I should navigate during the pandemic, it was really parang sabi ko, baka ito na talaga yung time na pwede na akong mag-focus on growth rather than, kasi nag-grow naman din ako as a performer, as yun nga po, nakita niyo ako from Talentado PDS at 14.
I know. So it's self-love for now. So self-love muna.
Self-love, growth, and creating more content and music talaga po.
At kitang-kita ng mga tao, payat, may leeg, dalaga, di ba? Dalaga. What have you been doing?
Sorry?
What have you been doing? Living healthily, eating healthily? Paano ba yan?
I mean, I try, but I do like to bike. I like to bike nowadays. Just going to when I want to buy groceries kasi independent living na rin si ate. So,
hindi namin
ganon.
Hindi namin matanggap. For us, you're still that little girl.
True.
Okay. So independent living, and then I guess you haven't prayed so much as during the pandemic. It's how people carried, parang it carried them through, di ba? Sobra yung kapit sa faith. And really, reaching out to friends and other people, di ba? As in, yung mga na-miss mo, talaga ngayon mo na rediscover. And really a lot of time for yourself, no? So, it's having a food for the body. Have you been eating healthy?
I have been. Yes, especially nung kasagsagan ng ECQ last year nung March. Grabe. Gulay, blend stuff, fruits. So, kasi syempre yun nga.
Si David ng mga gulay-gulay at healthy.
Mga buko, Tito David.
Tapos, and food for the soul, I guess, no? For more creation. Di ba sabi mo nga, you've written songs, and we'll talk about that later. And you were able to actual a new single, and we'll talk about it later. So, take us back to your roots. And lessons learned. Sabi ko nga, hindi to nothing about intrigues and nothing about issues. We'll talk about lessons learned. No? So, Talentadong Pinoy was where we saw you first. Lessons learned. What was the experience like, and what did you learn from that experience?
Oh my gosh. And I mean, not even Talentadong Pinoy, even with Star Factor, even with The Voice, even with Himig Handog. I think ang isa sa natutunan ko, isa po talaga sa natutunan ko is panapanahon lang din talaga.
Galing, totoo yan.
Kasi kahit na feeling mo in the moment, ready ka na, pero kung hindi pa will ni Lord na panahon mo na, or baka for you ready ka na, pero for him hindi pa pala, hindi talaga ibibigay muna sa'yo. And ako, with all the competitions and even experiences that I've went through in the past 10 years in my career, hindi siya automatic, hindi po siya naging automatic po, kasi even with Akin Ka Na Lang, which was hindi naman ako yung nagko-compete talaga doon, kasi I was an interpreter lang. Pero the song that I entered, or that I interpreted in Himig Handog in 2014, written by Kiko Salazar, is hindi siya nanalo ng anything.
Pero naging anthem, di ba?
Naging anthem din siya, and especially after 4 years. It took about 4 years when I was promoting my Araneta concert. pinerform ko din siya in another platform na
Let us be
yung
yabang.
akin lang.
I know you're not
Yes.
yabang, but let us be
Opo.
yabang. Punong Araneta on a weekday. On
On
a
a
weekday.
weekday.
Yes, you're all
Tuesday.
there with Lani Misalucha. Sabi namin, you're all cheering for you. Sabi namin, weekday yon ha, pero puno ang Araneta. So, yun.
I am
Parang
super
ako,
grateful.
in your young mind then, hindi ba usually yung mga bata, meron kasi we facilitated then yung mga ganyang contest, merong psychologist na kumakausap sa mga bata, but you were attuned to losing. How did you think about losses first? Parang ang hirap sa bata, di ba? Para matanggap yun. Pero paano ka na-pacify?
Paano? I think, syempre hindi ko naman po talaga i-deny na, especially example when I've lost in like sa Star Factor or even sa Talentadong Pinoy, parang ang sakit talaga. Masakit na parang, ay hindi pala.
Very human. Pero paano what help you? Kasi marami sa mga nakikinig sa'yo, no? Maraming dinadaanan na ganyan. So, hindi madali. Okay, maganda yung acknowledgement na nasaktan ka. Pero how did you transcend that?
I think it was really just my support system, which was really my family. Na sila yung parang, and they gave me that time to quote-unquote parang mourn or like i-feel yung hurt. But then after a while, sabi ko, okay, I'm ready na to sing again. Sige, what's next? Parang ganun. So,
parang yung it's okay not to be okay. You have to acknowledge na hindi ka okay. Pero yung music yung healing mo din.
Yes,
yes. Kumanta ka, yun na yun. Parang healed ka, ganun.
When I started singing again, kasi actually po ang nangyari nun, every time na natatalo ako in those major singing competitions that I did join, dumaan sa phase na hinihate ko yung song na yun, na ayaw ko siyang pakinggan, ayaw ko siyang kantahin talaga, kasi parang it brought back that hurt coming from that competition. But then after a while, wala, nakaget over din naman ako. And then, yun nga, like sa The Voice, ako aminado naman ako na at that time, the song that I last sang sa semifinals, yung Who You Are ni Jessie J, wasn't as sikat. But then, the year after, because of that song, I was able to sing with Jessie J because of that. So, kaya yun sabi ko po na Sir Noel na parang hindi man that time. Yeah, may dahilan talaga.
Ang galing, ang galing. Since most of our viewers now are students and wanting to learn from you, here we celebrate yun nga, what we were, what we love, and what we stand for. Sa student life man naman, siguro maganda lang balikan yun, no? So, memories lang. What kind of student were you, Mari? Were you diligent? Were you studious? Or medyo parang last minute ka na nag-accomplish ng mga assignments? Or
sige, pinag-isipan ko again. I think I was that student na active sa extracurricular.
Ay, maganda naman.
I was okay naman sa academic. Sakto lang. Pero parang, ayun nga, parang mas nag-boom pa rin talaga ako doon sa pag may events sa school or may mga intramurals. Mas doon ako naging parang nagaganahan. Pero I didn't do super bad naman in school.
Ang maganda nun, you were ready for life. Parang mas gano'n, no? Than yung academic. So next, saan yung tambayan mo? Ano yung mga kainan mo? Nandun mo sa Cebu, tama ba yun? Anong pagkain yung corn? Was that corn?
Oh my gosh! Kwek-kwek, mga street food is the best. Out of everything street food. Pero yes, yun nga po sa Cebu pa ako last nag-aral sa Cebu lang din. So most of my memories of school is in Cebu. And ang tambayan namin is really just yung canteen nga po namin, snack time. Oh my gosh, I love snacks. And then lunch break.
And what do you miss? What do you miss? The snack time. Sa snack time mo? Nagsa-scramble ba ang Morisette or bawal ang malamig?
Ay, super strict pa po yung parents ko noon. Bawal po talaga ako sa mga malamig at sweets noon.
Okay. So
it would be chicheria.
Chicheria pa rin. Bawal yun sa mga singers kasi Makati sa lalamunan.
Okay naman po sa akin. Iba-iba naman siya.
Totoo naman. Memorable teachers. Now we pay tribute to your teachers. Sinong
My
mga teachers yung nakikilala na natatandaan mo or nag-stick sa'yo? Kasi, sa iba na yung age namin ni David. No? Sa amin kasi, we were drawn to terror teachers. Kasi, di ba, during our time, talagang pag terror yan, mas natututot, mas may takot, di ba? Pero yung sa inyo, di ba, parang mas gusto mo kaibigan na yung mga teachers at mas open kayo to learning? Sino yung mga teachers na nag-stick with you?
I mean, I can really remember, or I can really at top of my head yung mga I can even remember my very first advisor in that school that I was in nga sa Cebu. And there's a lot. Iba-iba sila din ng mga subjects na tinuturo. Pero I think ako mas naaalala ko lang din nga yung mga teachers na hindi ko lang sila, or wala lang akong memories like just in the classroom as a student. Pero meron din kaming mga like relation na we're able to talk about life lang din after classes. So, and I have a lot of teachers like that.
Galing, no? They made us feel good, no, about ourselves. Kasi hindi yung ipapahiya ka. Ako meron, let's name a teacher na talagang hindi mo kakalimutan, and what did she do to you? Ano yung lesson that stuck with you? Kasi may ganyan, no? So, parang yun.
One of my teachers, actually, lalaki po siya, and marami siyang subjects na tinuro. So grade 5 at grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, nakikita ko siya, pero iba-iba yung subjects niya.
Interdisciplinary, no? Galing.
Oo, pero I really admire this teacher kasi I think I'm able to relate to him kasi more of his subjects are in the arts. So as in arts talaga, tsaka music, because he also sings din. But he also does science ata. So serious siya in that sense. So he's multi siya. Kahit sa mo siya lagay, siya. But yeah, I think he's still in that same school sa napinuntahan ko.
Shout out mo, sino siya?
Ayan, si Sir Revo, Sir Marlo Revolteado. Ayan.
It's so selfless that they're still there. That they're still there. Shaping the minds of people. Tapos meron iba talaga yung parang tinuturuan mo yung mga batang isip at nagsistick sa'yo. Do you see yourself doing that? Eventually?
Actually po ngayon, kasi I've been doing a couple guestings and even before the pandemic, I've had a lot of na magme-mentor, mentor, coaching, and even judging. And I enjoy it kasi I'm able to share lang din what I've been through. And syempre, coming from a artista search or a reality search as well, sobrang malapit lang din yung puso ko sa kanila because I know what they're going through in the competition. So, I enjoy ko siya.
At least that you're able to share your knowledge, your skill, your technique even. Kasi yun parang ang success mo would be like the continuation, no, of what you've done. So maganda yun, no? So what do you miss about school? So yun, mostly yung what you've learned about school are not the things you can read in books, no? Yun siguro yung it's more what you experience during extracurricular activities. It's a nice and the people who stuck with you, at least the lessons you learned, are those that go beyond the books. So what do you miss about it?
I mean, ako definitely my friends. And kasi actually
tama yun, no? Pag nag-reunion kayo ng mga schoolmates, yan yung mga walang pakialam kung ano na na-achieve mo. Yun yung tipong gano'n, diba?
Definitely po. Super. And even ako po ngayon, with everything that I've been through, parang ang nakakonsider ko pa rin talaga na like super friends ko talaga is yun nga, my friends from my high school, and we're still in touch, especially during the pandemic. Magkahiwalay man kami, nasa Cebu, nasa Florida yung isa, tas there's me here in Manila, pero we're always, or every other, often, we do video chats, just catching up on life, and yun, iba pa rin kasi they already saw me, or inaccept na nila ako even before the fame, diba? Even before my career, so I value them a lot.
Yan yun, Mori, kasi parang, alam yan ni David, yung tipo, ang paniniwalaan mo talaga yung mga taong walang interes sa'yo. Yung tipo gano'n? Hindi ba? Well, in deciding on anything, sino yung walang gain? And these are our friends who like accepted us even before everything, no? Yung
walang bias.
Totoo. So you seek, so sila yung sinisik mong advice, no?
Yeah, sila pa rin.
Galing
Sila
eh.
pa
Yan yung
rin.
rootedness talaga. So,
Yeah.
so it's that. And when you entered the business, of course, parang ang daming iba't ibang expectations, no? So,
Of course, yeah.
exposure to media and all, sabi mo nga mga contests and all. So earlier on, you learned the value of being true to yourself and then accepting what you feel or parang yun, yun yung feeling mo. Pero were there people who stuck to you also, parang school, na hindi mo makakalimutan dahil sa mga nangyari nung nagsa-start ka pa lang sa industriya?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think and continue on with like friendships. Some of my closest friends also na hanggang ngayon ay hindi na kami lagi nagkikita kasi we're doing different things. Pero it's actually my friends from Star Factor, yung mga kabatch ko.
That's true.
So kami pa rin nagka-catch up even with like Krisha Viajes, si Claire Ruiz. So, and iba pa rin yung feeling and it's nice kasi we went through the same, parang dumaan kami the same way. Nag-start kami the same way and then iba-iba na kami ng landas ngayon, pero it's so nice to see lang din that they're also succeeding in life and in their careers.
Galing.
It's nice. Sila pa rin.
The experiences, lessons learned pa rin tayo. Ano yung ano yung feeling ng yung rejection, yung gano'n. Because you all went through that. Parang ano yung masasabi mo sa mga tao experience that during their first tapos di ba Morisette, alam mo naman yung mga ibang established stars or yung hindi naman established pero ang iba yung tingin sa inyo nung nagsisimula pa lang kayo. So parang how should people regard those or parang ano yung
go about it.
Yeah. Ikaw.
Ako,
some people kasi you consider your heroes. Pag nakita mo, ay ganun pala. May mga ganun kang experiences. Okay. So how should people deal with those?
Sa mga ganun po ako personally, I just parang shrug it off and then let my work prove na lang what I could be capable of rather than magpadala sa kung anumang assumptions nila or sa akin.
Ano yung pinakamasakit? Like, some people sa struggling years sila, alam mo yun, pag meron kayong performance, yung nandun ka na sa list, tapos biglang, ay, bumababa, tapos hanggang late ka umuwi. Anong gano'n? Did you experience that? Ano pa yung ganyang experience na parang, ay, humbling, nagsa-start pa lang talaga ako. Parang, looking back, dinaanan mo rin yung ganong hirap.
Of course, I can remember when I was starting sa mga shows nga po doon sa TV5 na like example, hindi priority sa damit, hindi priority sa glam team kasi syempre wala pa naman kami sariling glam team. And even with the songs that were given, hindi din kami priority. So sabi ko, sige lang, darating din yung time na makakapili na rin siguro talaga ako sa mga songs na gusto kong kantahin. And yun, it's just really, and yun nga, it's been 10 years since TV5, 7 since The Voice. Ang dami lang talagang nangyari also behind the scenes po. Pero if it weren't for those experiences, we wouldn't be here lang din po ngayon.
And of course, David will always tell your management team will always tell you your best weapon is a good work. The good work. It's not answering issues, but it's really being vindicated by good work. But what did you do with your first paycheck? Yung talagang naramdaman mo, ay, okay, anong ginawa mo and how did you enjoy it? Or did you enjoy it at all?
My first paycheck, I actually don't remember because it was my mom who got all the paychecks. Kasi syempre, lahat ng... Ako, Sir Noel, I can really say na lahat ng na-earn ko before is wala ako masyado, I don't even get 5%. Lahat, most of it really went to my family. Kasi wala din naman akong na parang I want to do this, I want to do that. Wala hindi din naman ako like materialistic na tao unless kailangan na talaga. So
kaya ka namin mahal.
Wala. Kaya ganyan lang ako, ganito lang tayo.
Oo. Diba? Parang kung ano yung nakikita mo yun, di ba? So it's that. But ito, kasi nabuhay ka ngayon or naging sikat ka ngayon at the time of social media. Anong rule sa'yo? Anong rule mo sa social media? Kasi parang ang hirap lang kasi nung panahon namin, na parang tumatanda talaga, it's really how you perform and parang kung paano talaga makikita ka dun sa stage, yung sa performances mo. Pero ngayon, iba eh. Parang everything is curated and everything should be parang pointing to a theme ng pagiging star. Paano if you don't feel like posting anything? So, it seems like parang ikaw ba, may rules ka sa social media kasi ang sa amin no, parang sasabihin namin yung parang not everything is on social media. You're the best things, the best feelings or the best events that happen to your life. Hindi mo naman sa social media. Pero ngayon yung generation ngayon, yung adulation nila sa mga stars, parang palagi.
Kailangan
How do you like take it or how do you ano yung attitude mo towards being present on social
media?
Yeah.
Actually, ako po, I'm not one of those people who's super active on social media. In fact, I always post late. And my fans know this. Kasi alam nila na I'm this kind of person lang din po kasi na when I'm in the moment, I don't want phones to get into the moment. Na parang gusto ko lang siya enjoyin. To the point na minsan nakalimutan ko mag-picture.
Pero in-enjoy mo yung moment.
Pero
Yun yung magandang lesson yun eh. Talaga eh. Pero hindi ka pinapagalitan ng management team mo? Kasi
mabait
ngayon,
naman po sila sa akin.
pero hindi ba ngayon, yung mga advertisers kasi, ang basis nila, ilan ng followers, ilang yun yung likes, tapos yung post. So paano yun? Parang you strike a balance then nun to what you post. Or parang sila na lang mag-post.
Actually, ako with my social medias, I like to be very hands-on. I don't know why, pero kahit na hindi ako ma-post, pero ayoko naman na there are other people doing that for me. So what I try to do, authentic. Tsaka what I try to do is kung anong gusto ko i-post, whether it be work for not or not, I really post it. And wala, I'm not that, if makikita niyo po like especially my Instagram kasi that's where the first posts mo, hindi siya curated talaga in a way. Although I try.
But authentic. Yun naman yung mahalaga.
Pero authentic. Yeah.
At least
wala
in
siyang
the
specific
moment.
theme.
Ang maganda lang yun, no? Maury is always in the moment.
Yeah. Kaya late posting lagi.
Okay lang, but it's deliberate. So whatever you post there, you mean it. Parang
gano'n. Pinag-isipan din. Yung gano'n. Kasi I wanted to, like, be para siyang journal rather than something na parang pretty lang. Gano'n.
Maganda yun. Magandang point yun. And second, hindi ka doon, you're there to inspire. Hindi ka doon para makipag-away. Because a lot of people use their social media as, di ba, a venue para...
Their outlet.
Yeah. So ano ang attitude mo sa mga nang babash sa'yo?
Wala.
Wala. Well-trained.
Gusto ko yung wala na.
I mean, kasi parang if you give it credence, parang rin, di ba? Parang you make them take over, no? What you feel. Yeah.
And I mean, I've been, even when I was starting, we already went through all the hate just because iba-iba namin, wala lang. And what I really learned, actually, Sir Noel, ganito siya. Even before I decided to like pursue this career here in Manila. As in, sobrang nag-deliberate talaga. Sobrang nag-usap talaga kami ng family ko if we're ready for just
a public life.
A public life.
Pero alam mo yung kung kailan private at public. Kasi like now, we talk as if parang parang there are things na pang public, there are things na pang private. Alam natin yun, di ba? But some people in social media hindi ma-delineate yun, di ba?
Yeah.
So the attitude is, ang galing na, be indifferent. Not be affected. Tama naman yun.
Hindi na talaga maging affected. Kasi especially like kami also na mga public figures, diba? Especially, and people expect a certain parang standard or dapat you have to look this way or you have to be this way. But then like, ako, I'm this kind of artist, especially with my fans, that I'm open with them and I tell them when it's not okay. Kasi syempre yun nga it's hard when they can't understand lang din what I'm going through. So ako, I think my responsibility now is to make them understand so that they can have more maybe compassion and more understanding in what I'm going through. And maybe towards other artists as well na hindi laging perfect. Especially showbiz, hindi laging perfect.
Galing. And they grow with you, no? And they grow with you. That's
yes.
true. Okay, ang ganda lang kasi ang daming insight, di ba? Ang daming insight lang on social media now how to handle them. Well, those people who like engage in social media. So now, let's go back to your songs. Significant songs that are always they mark your key memories, no? What's a song that makes you happy? Ano yung parang that brings back happy memories? Pag naririnig mo or kinakanta mo yung kantang yon, masaya ka. And this marks my happy song.
I think one of the songs na brings me back to when I was in Cebu with my family, still a student, would be be Lazy Song by Bruno Mars.
Okay, Gabe. Sample lang.
Yes.
Ano yung Lazy Song is?
Lazy Song. So, today I don't feel like doing anything. Yun, mga ganun. Just because yun lang, it just brings me back to school. It brings me back to Cebu. It brings me back to Cebu, the simple life.
That's
so I guess walang effort that song really makes me happy lang talaga.
Pag nandiyan yan, triggers that. Nakapapangiti ka. There are those songs na nakapapangiti ka. But paano naman yung sad song? Yung tipong gusto mong magpakasenti o yung parang may hugot?
Ang dami.
Hey, go.
Marami po.
Give us one that triggers that sad memory.
Man, there's a lot. A sad memory would be, well, wala naman siyang kadugtong na super sad memory.
May mga sad, tapos nangingiti ka na rin lang.
Yeah.
Give me that. Ano yung sad, pero after that, may ngiti ka, at least I'm over that. Oy.
I'm trying to think of a specific situation with a song. So, I mean, it's
Ikaw
hard.
pa ba? Hindi ka nawawala ng mga kanta?
Yun na nga po yung mahirap, Sir Noel, kasi ang dami ng kanta.
Correct.
Scan sa brain ko. I don't know. There's so many songs that makes me sad also.
Pero parang,
I know. There's a song.
I know.
I actually just shared this with my fans. It's not a super sikat song. Pero
okay yan. Alam mo si Tad Madela na ka-showdown mo talaga. Yung Tonight I Wanna Cry
my gosh.
Alam mo yon? Yung Tonight I Wanna Cry ni Keith Urban.
Pero title pa lang parang masakit siya.
Tignan mo yun, Keith Urban, yung judge sa American Idol. Yun yung kanta niya. So, ano yung ganun mong hugot song? Usually, hindi ba, obscure song, pero parang
hindi siya super sikat. So there's this song from Glee. And the reason why this song makes me kind of sad, kasi there was a time in my life when I was doing workshops with sila Tito Odi. And sabi niya sa akin, so what's a song that describes your life? And at that moment in my life, I was sad.
Okay.
Kasi I felt like lahat ng ginagawa ko parang walang napupuntahan.
Okay.
So it's this song by Glee and it's called Get It Right. So how it sounds like the chorus goes is, what can you do when your good isn't good enough and all that you touch tumbles down? 'Cause my best intentions keep making a mess of things. I just wanna fix it somehow. But how many times will it take? Oh, how many times will it take for me to get it right? To get it right.
Tapos biglang may luhang gumaganon, no? Di ba? Parang you'll never forget your sad song that natalampasan mo na. At least when you look back at it, sabihin mo, oo nga, it reminds you of that moment, pero good, nalagpasan mo na. Pero ang sarap lang, balik-balikan kasi, ang dami mong pagpapasalamat, di ba?
Yes. At nag-grow ka, you grow stronger.
Okay, paano naman yung kanta pag competitive ka? You are competitive, Morisette. I know. Parang tatahimik lang yung babaeng yan. Pero dragon yan. Halimaw yan. Pero mas simple. Anong kanta yon? Yung tipong, when you hear this, you will know my worth.
Wow! I think, I don't know why, pero this is the top of mind. And if Tito David's there, I'm sure he would laugh. So there's this song na, when I was still starting sa TV5, this was the song that I would sing to every event. Every single event.
So, malaki na kinita nito.
Totoo. Before pa to ng The Voice. So, it's this song, and I'm sure Tito David will laugh. So, listen,
yes.
I am alone at a crossroads. I'm not at home in my own home. And I try to say what's on my mind. You should have loved me. Ang baba nung Kiko. Pero yun.
Galing yan. Galing. Tama naman yun. And people really listen, di ba? O yan, talaga.
Tito David.
Agree siya talaga. O ito yung maganda.
Yes.
Ano yung song na parang may funny incident na akaakibat, yung parang na-embarrass ka. Remember the Happy Fiesta song? Yung tipong gano'n, yung bigla na lang may pag binabalikan mo tong kantang to, ay nakakatawa to kasi merong nangyari na nakakatawa talaga. Go.
Meron po ako. So, kailangan ko i-share yung story kasi people will not understand why. So, may gig po ako sa Mindanao sa Davao.
Okay.
And then, after this gig in Davao, may segue ako to another show. Tapos nung time na to, I think Tito David knows this one also. Nung time na to, sobrang sikat yung song na Bang Bang.
Okay.
Ang Bang Bang. Okay. Tapos punta po akong Maguindanao.
Okay.
Punta akong Maguindanao, and this was during the peak of the Maguindanao massacre.
Tas parilan pala. Bang Bang.
So, and I was not aware. I was not aware at all. Kumanta ako, may dancers pa ako, kanta ako, bang, bang, into the room. I know you want it. And na-realize namin after na parang hindi appropriate yung song sa lugar. So, yun lang naman yun siya.
Okay, one bang bang moment, parang ganun. But otherwise, I guess at least when you told the story, parang at least alam nila na merong ganung realization. So at least
ganun nangyari. Pero
na.
I really just sang it because it was sikat. Pero yeah, yun pala yun.
I guess pangpasaya ng mga tao, di ba? Kasi kailangan mo ng mga songs sa sikat.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Now, tell us now the song that brings you back to your frustration, yung hindi mo kinanta ng matagal dahil it reminds you of the masakit na moment.
Ay, alam ko na yung song na yan.
Ano yan?
Pero ngayon, syempre, okay na ako, naka-move on na ako. Pero this song, ay grabe, parang ito yung one of those songs ko na sinabi ko kanina na ayoko siyang pakinggan for a while just because
yes. What is that?
Ayoko siya. So, it was my last song as a contestant on The Voice, yung Who You Are. Who You Are ni Jessie J.
Okay.
So it goes. Pero I love the lyrics na of this song.
Nga.
Sobrang, ito na siya.
It opened doors for you.
Super.
Yeah.
So, this song is, I mean, Who You Are. Everyone knows the song na by now. So, how does it start? Don't lose who you are in the blur of the stars. Seeing is deceiving, giving is believing. It's okay not to be okay. Sometimes it's hard to follow your heart. But dreams I mean you're losing, everybody's losing. Just be true to who you are.
Galing. And then, sabi nga, you sang that with Jessie J. You sang with Jessie after. So parang it opened doors. So whatever hurt you felt, yun na, nakaalpas ka nun. But what song made you feel most loved? Ano yung parang, ang ganda ko at ang mahal na mahal ako. Parang ganon.
I think it would be my very first single, Akin Ka Na Lang.
Ay, totoo rin naman yan. It grows on you, no? It really grows on you.
Yeah, tsaka, yes po. When I was starting din po kasi sa Cebu, syempre, covers, contest, you sing covers. But then, even my dad would tell me over and over, alam mo, sige lang, dadating tayo sa point na you will become an established singer, and that will be when you will have your own original song. Although hindi naman ako nagsulat, pero iba pa rin yung feeling na when you sing this song, people people know it's kind of yours, diba?
Yeah, no,
Or
it's
it's
yours.
your voice.
It's really yours. At ano pa, lumawak pa yung buhay kasi naging theme song ng teleserye. Tapos
Yes.
and
Yes.
and there's something about unrequited love. There's something about
Alam
love
naman
that's
natin
not
yun.
like given back to you. So parang pero yun, dun mo nararamdaman kasi vindication yun, parang naging anthem. So akin ka na.
Yes.
Yeah, sing a few lines,
Yes.
akin ka na lang. And then now I'll ask you about new songs in your life kasi my God.
Sure. Akin ka na lang. So, akin ka na lang. Akin ka na lang. Ang dinadasan sa araw-araw. Akin ka na lang. Akin ka na lang. At maghihintay hanggang akin ka na.
Ang saya naman. Ang saya ka naman. Ito na. Ito na. Dahil most love. Ayun na, nakahanap ka na lang ng sayo lang.
Naging akin din.
Yun na. So, hindi namin matanggap nga kasi yun na nga. Bata pa rin ang tingin namin sa'yo. And parang, like a protective, parang guardian. Yun na lang.
Yes.
Parang ang tingin namin, sana wag kang saktan. So,
naman.
how did you this? Talagang confident. So, you're engaged now to a person. Ito na naman, babalikan natin kasi si Clarice inamin niya dito na meron din siya, 'di ba? Sabi niya gano'n.
Ayun.
So, ito yung 5 points. Gawin natin sa iyo. Number 1, you know it's the right person when you're at your best when you're with him. Tama yun, no? Okay.
Yes.
Pangalawa, bumabait ka.
Naging fiercer. Bumabait ako sa kanya. Tsaka sa ibang sa ibang tao. Mas may compassion ako.
Tama yon. Yung hindi mo akalain na ibabait mo nandoon. Pangatlo, I guess, lumalapit ka sa Diyos. Naging mas malapit ka sa Diyos. Sa Diyos.
Ay, super. 100%.
Prayerful and all. Tapos pang-apat siguro yung parang all the other systems in your life, inaayos. Parang in time maayos. Well, whether ano man yon, he's friends with your family, with your friends, with your career, parang ganon, parang yon, okay at pwedeng maayos. At
pwede maayos, yes.
At ito nakita ko kasi ito and I check this. Look at your pictures. Look at your pictures with the people na na-involve ka. Kung maganda ka, yun yung hindi toxic. Pero totoo, di ba? Yun, kung maganda ka, kung maayos ka, nasa tama yun. Kasi it will show. Kung ngarag ka, Morisette, hindi yan. Di ba?
Yeah.
So, this person, yun. We can say his name kasi nandun na nakalabas naman, no? Si Dave
of course.
Si Dave Lamar.
Yes.
Ano yung effect niya sa'yo?
Oh my gosh. So, dun po sa 5 points niyo po, Sir Noel, actually, yung pinaka nag-stand out talaga sa akin, especially with my relationship with him, is yung number 3.
Galing.
Yung naging mas malapit ako kay Lord. Kasi
diba, inaayos yan lahat. No? If it's rooted there, all your other systems, it's because of the love of God that things will be okay.
Yes. And I mean, syempre hindi ko naman na talaga, or I really can't deny syempre the situation with my family, although that's a complicated matter. Pero sabi ko, feeling ko naman okay, parang hindi naman totally kinurse ako ni God for what
He's
for
an
just leaving the
understanding
house.
God.
Kasi binibless pa rin ako, binibless pa rin naman kami. And I think, hindi man makita ngayon, pero I also feel na meron din siyang wino-work sa family ko.
Galing, ang galing.
Meron din siyang wino-work sa family ko. And yun nga, naging mas malapit ako sa Lord, especially during the pandemic kasi yun nga,
Galing.
I was dependent to live shows, I was dependent sa mga events, pero biglang nag-shutdown lahat. So, sana ko
back to basic, no? Back to basic. And it's not acquiring more. It's not acquiring more, but really nurturing what you have and your faith with the Lord. That's true.
Yes. And everything was just in the right timing, I believe, because Si Dave is the person who's helping me with my music right now.
Galing.
So mas marami pa akong nagagawa nga actually ngayon na akala ko hindi ko kaya before. I didn't have the strength to do. So, and I'm just super above everything. I'm just super blessed. He's so nice. And alam na Tito David yan because I met him when I was 15.
Boto sila kasi Christian gentleman. Na tipong alam nila na mas babait ka, mas gagaling ka, at mas mapapalapit ka sa Diyos. At mas gaganda ka, I guess, because of that.
Dapat lang, yes.
No, so, yun talaga yung effect. And that's a good lesson to be learned by people. No, di ba? Parang yun talaga, bumabait ka, gumagaling ka, at napapalapit ka sa Diyos. Yun talaga. And you make music together.
Oh, yes, super. Because he's also a musician. He does everything. He's a musician, he's a songwriter, he's an editor, he's a colorist, he's a videographer, he's a photographer.
Wala naman na palang problema
also,
si
ako,
David. So,
wala talaga. Wala
multitasking.
na.
So parang Casey Tandingan and yun nga, di ba si TJ and Moira and the partner also. So ay, ang galing. So when will the wedding be?
Wala pa, Sir Noel.
Wala pa, ipon-ipon.
Wala. Yeah, wala pa also because dahil nga he's the one helping with my music. We're really focusing talaga right now on putting my upcoming EP with all originals and everything has been co-written by himself and myself and Underdog Music, which is a label under Stages.
The Underdog. The excellent Underdogs. That's Morisette.
Diba? Okay. Kaya dun muna namin fino-focus yung energy namin ngayon. Kasi matagal nang hinahanap ng fans yung bagong music. So ito na, magbibigay na talaga kami. Ipupush na namin talaga.
Ang galing. And then, but what kind of a wedding ceremony do you want? Knowing you, it's ayaw mo en grande.
I know. Yeah. Knowing me,
you.
yes. You do know me.
It's not you. Yeah. So how do you envision it to be? It will happen at the right time, we know, but it will be very private.
I think it will just because
but music filled.
Oh yeah, definitely. Music filled na we don't know, maybe we might put our own songs in that celebration. Kasi he writes a lot of songs also.
So yung vows, kanta? Prinesure.
Hindi ko alam kasi ako hindi pa ako masyadong songwriter pero pwede, 'di ba? Pwede ding ganun. So, but yeah, I think ultimately ang na-envision ko it's very intimate. Intimate na it's really with people na have been in my circle, people who are have been there lang talaga for me. Kasi ganun din nag-grow yung relationship namin bago nalaman ng lahat yung mga nangyari. Yun nga, people haven't really known na we met sa TV5 pa lang, dun sa show sa Fantastic. Dun kami nag-meet. And hindi man siya tuloy-tuloy, naging friends, hindi nga kami super friends nun Tapos we were both on The Voice, dun na kami super naging friends. Tapos hanggat sa nag-long distance na walang nakakaalam, a year and a half long distance kami.
Pero enabler si David, no? Enabler si David ang manager mo kasi kailangan talaga sync lahat at dapat nakakatulong sa'yo Dapat ganun talaga yung ano. Pero is he the Lamar guy na merong katandem before?
Yes.
No, alam mo saan ko, alam mo saan ko siya napanood? Yung Kapuyaters. Hindi ba yun? Okay. Yung dun sa ABS, yung midnight show. Kasi they came up with some songs there, ha? Yung really good. And they came up with an album even, I think.
They did, yes, they did.
Okay.
They did also. So, so right now it's really just, Dave has still been putting out music and working on his stuff as well alongside with mine. But at the same time, wala na yung duo na yun. Yung sila dalawa.
So we see a duet? We can see a duet? We can finally have
there's definitely gonna be a lot of collaborations also.
May theme song kayo?
Theme song?
Or yung maganda kayong pag nagja-jam, anong favorite yung gina-jam?
I think the reason why Tito David also know this is the reason why is it's one of our covers lang din before, even as friends, and we just really enjoy singing this song. It's a song by Carmen. It's on YouTube. Pero this was around the time of The Voice, and I think from there, from The Voice, dun talaga kami, yung matatawag kong naging friends talaga kami, and hindi lang acquaintances in the industry.
Ang
So yeah,
galing.
it's Broken Hearted by Carmen.
Ang ganda. Kasi ang tingin namin sa'yo, parang kang Sarah Geronimo. Parang even pakilig yan doon.
I get that a lot.
And yan nga. And then finally, na in love din si Sarah. Parang ganun, ay, si Morris entitled to that too. Di ba? Parang...
It's so nice nga, Sir Noel, kasi there was this one time na nag-usap kami ni Ate Stars. It was in a after party in one of the season finale ng The Voice. Tapos nag-usap lang kami. Tapos yun nga, it's kasi diba, people see our situations kind of similar.
Yes,
pero it's also
mababait
interesting.
kayong tao, di ba? Mababait. Yun eh.
It's interesting na we were able lang din to navigate through life differently. And okay naman kaming dalawa. And I'm genuinely, kasi syempre Kuya Mateo is also Bisaya, taga Cebu din.
Yes,
I'm genuinely so super happy for them. Kasi tagal din inantay. Sobrang, si Ate Sarah yung taong sobrang naging patient lang din talaga. And I really have to give that to her. I mean, oh my gosh, Ate Sarah is there. I'm so proud and so happy for her talaga.
And she really lifts other people. Di ba?
Of
Generous.
course. She's so nice din kasi talaga.
Totoo rin naman. Now, ito, merong question dito. TV question. Hi, Morisette, from your fans, no? We're beyond excited for all that is on the horizon for you in this new era of your career. My question is, how has songwriting changed you on how you hear music? Meaning, do you at times hear from songwriter's perspective now? As well as an artist or a casual listener? Parang ngayon, mas critical ka ba of songs? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, that's one of the things then po I've learned in this process, getting into songwriting and even getting into producing, is kung dati binibigay lang yung song sa akin, gagayahin ko lang yung demo, okay na. Kanta lang ako, okay na. Perform, okay na.
Correct.
But now, and I never had to see anything behind the scenes, diba? And right now, I'm having to see the actual things that happen in a recording studio na the production talaga ang tagal. And amidado ako, Sir Noel, noong mga unang panahon, ang dami naming arguments ni Dave. Kasi parang ako yung parang, bakit hindi pa rin siya okay after just a couple demos? And he tells me, actually, ganun talaga. That's not, then hindi, not even the first, second, third time na maging maganda siya. Ang dami talagang pagdaanan before mabuo talaga yung song.
No?
So,
and you appreciate
really
the process, no? The process and the people working in it, no? So, galing. Ang galing.
It's humbling. It's really humbling. Kasi, yun nga, hindi ko siya nakita before and I thought okay na siya. Okay na yan, ganito, ganyan. Pero wala, parang mas naging OC pa po ako all the more.
Ang galing.
Kasi, and not just in the singing, pero pati the arrangements na parang napapansin ko na rin na parang hindi bagay or parang hindi, yung mga ganun. So, yun na lang din yung mga natutunan ko din po.
May opinion ng baby namin. Ang galing. No, you've matured at least. No? So, pero ang tawal, si Aaron Villain, kailan ang release ng album mo, Miss Morisette? Sana di magtagal. Parang people are really waiting for your album. May timetable na dito, Mori?
The timetable is anytime the next couple of months.
Okay.
So we're really almost done. We're actually in the process of just creating content around the songs because the songs are officially done. The songs are officially done, and I have shared with my fans na it's gonna be an EP, so it's not gonna be a full-length album yet. And the reason for that is because ngayon lang ako nag-get into songwriting eh. So, syempre, I'm still trying to navigate through this new world that I've gotten into, but at the same time, marami naman na akong na-learn. So I'm excited for everything else that will follow after this EP as well. So, and there's already a map.
Galing, no? Parang subok lang, pero parang sana you accept her. Or you also parang journey with her in this new, parang new engagement. Na parang na may bagong kanta na collab. So collab ito.
Collaborations.
Galing.
Yeah, meron din
you have the title for the album or the single, the EP?
I think I can't reveal yet.
Hindi pa rin.
But meron na.
Meron na.
Pero meron na, yes.
So, mas sexy ang pictorial. Nakita ko yung mga pictorial so ngayon.
mas hindi na siya yung predictable.
Correct.
Kasi even with
Biritera
my
pa rin.
style team,
Biritera
biritera pa rin. Yes, pero ginawa na naming mas modern. And
Correct.
more than being modern, something na, and actually with my direction with my music po ngayon, Sir Noel, it's really, I also really wanna cater to an international
That's
audience.
true. That's
Because nakita
That's
naman
true.
namin like with the YouTube reactions, di ba, na marami namang mga good feedback, di ba?
Correct.
So, and ako ang mindset ko is, whether it be English, Tagalog, Bisaya, ano mang ano, basta and I'm proud to say na everything is produced here in the Philippines, and that's still OPM, di ba? Even when it's English. So, I'm just excited also kasi I feel like mas marami pang doors na mag-open with the songs that we put out because it's also English. Kasi most of the songs that we have put out with Star Music has more been Tagalog, but because ang aim namin noon was to reach the masses.
Kasi may TV pa noon, masyado. Parang may franchise pa yung ABS noon. Pero now the world has become smaller. Like kunyari, we're all interconnected so people can appreciate this music. No? So, ay ang ganda. Of
course, yeah.
Ay ang ganda. So, parang it's a more, may maturity, you can say? Or a different
maturity
kind of
and a lot of my points of views also.
Yes.
Kasi yun nga, coming from personal experiences na rin a lot of the songs also are coming from what I also think about the situation, what I see can happen in the situation, rather than kinanta ko lang yung lyrics and wala namang personal relation sa akin.
Alam mo, nakaka-proud ka.
I try, thank you.
No, at least, parang at least it's coming from your heart now. At least, yun, ay may purpose si Morisette sa industriya. Hindi siya kakanta lang ng ibang kanta. Yun, parang ganon. At least, mamarkahan mo. Kasi parang some people dadaan lang. Yung mga kanta dadaan lang. Pero now, you're really making your mark. Now, we're wrapping up and I really nabibitin ako kasi it's really just parang a great catch-up. Mari, hopes for yourself. Ano yung mga sana mo for yourself? Ano pa?
Sana ko
ang ganda ang lalim ng buntong hiningang yun.
Oo, kasi ang dami, Sir Noel. Well, it's a lot because, yun nga, especially during the pandemic, nakapag-reflect lang din talaga ako sa mga gusto ko.
Kasi if not, di ba? Parang walang twist na yung pandemic kung wala kang natutunan, di ba?
Oo, di ba?
And when the world opens up, at least you're ready.
Yeah, it's really that. It's really that. And I think my hopes for myself, I'm really grateful for everything that I've learned, the lessons that I've learned, the experiences, and even all the help lang din that I've been able to give my family the past 10 years of my career since 2011. Thank you. So I think my hope for this next decade in my life and in my career is really to focus on original music that I really have a part in, rather than yun nga. I just really want growth for myself na rin po. And actually, and I've said this in another interview, and I was actually with her last night. I was telling Moira na alam mo, kasi kami, I think sa point of view ko, kami ni Moira, we are both successful, but iba yung pagiging successful namin. Ako, I would have to say it's because
alam
of
ko,
the performances.
siya pabulong, ikaw talaga pabirit.
Well,
pero ang
maganda,
na-achieve nyo yung you're able to like connect to people, no? In a different way.
Pero it's not even just that, Sir Noel, kasi sabi ko, and I really say this, na I'm so proud of Moira because her success is around parang the songs that she really made. It's really songs na nakilala mo as Moira. So ako ngayon, syempre marami sa
no? Parang you praise her, but ang ganda, it's not all about you now.
Talaga siya, deserve ni Moy. And I'm so proud, and I'm so hindi siya nakakainis na inggit, pero I'm so parang inggit ako na sobrang nakaka-proud siya kasi ayan, songs niya. And I tell her, and I also told dun nga sa ibang interview na it was really when I watched her concert in Araneta na sabi ko, grabe, I really wanna be like Moy. Because I wanna be like her because in that concert of hers sa Araneta, which was also sold out, it was, most, if not all, most of the songs are hers. Or most of the songs are originals.
Correct,
so sabi ko, ang sarap naman nun na everyone knows her songs.
O tama na muna kasi hindi naman si Moira yung guest ang nakaka-proud
Pero
sa
love ko siya.
Napaka-selfless mo na to the point na it's not all about you. Yeah, kasi iba yung mark ng artist na you're able to lift other people already, no? Parang you've come to that point na pwede kang, di parang you lift other people also. Ganda niyan.
Thank you.
Second, hopes for our industry naman. You know, we're so hard hit by the pandemic. How do you see us surviving this in the next few months or another year, I guess? Ano yung hopes and prayers mo for our industry?
My hopes and prayers for the industry is that we also just continue to evolve. Kasi alam naman natin na even before, di ba? Even before, iba yung listening ng Filipino.
But
then, because of the new sounds that have come in, the indie, and going back to Moy, and just all the different artists that are blooming ngayon, parang I just really want OPM to continue to evolve. And I think I don't want the Filipinos to feel pressured to be, it has to sound international, which brings them to sounding like K-pop or sounding like a different culture. Like I want OPM to be OPM, diba?
That's true.
Na it doesn't have to sound like another culture. It's still English maybe, or it's still like this,
still
pero
our heart.
alam mong Filipino.
That's
it's
true.
really it still goes back to yung Pinoy, which is dun talaga, and yung galing talaga ng Pinoy. So I just really want that to evolve. Continue to evolve.
And then it's music that heals, no? Parang, now. And we need that. A lot of people are saying, hindi essential yung music. Pero somehow, no, we got by with this pandemic dahil sa music and dahil sa art.
Music,
ito na yung last.
Yes.
How about your hopes and prayers for our country, Maury?
For our country. Ang lalim naman nun.
Pero nararamdaman natin, di ba? Mas nararamdaman natin. Parang we're so divided now. If sana music can like tie us together, pwede, no? Parang, yun eh, parang there should be more spaces when we can work together. Di ba? Parang ganon. And that's our prayer. Pero ikaw, ano pa yung gusto mo as an artist? Kasi people are asking, ano ba yung saysay ng mga artists ngayong pandemic? Ngayon na mga nangyayari sa bansa natin. So,
I'm thinking really, really hard about it. I'm thinking hard about it kasi syempre it's
apektado ka, di ba? Apektado tayong lahat, di ba?
Tayong lahat. Pero I think
we acknowledge now we can do better.
Oh yeah.
True, no? Kasi we're made of better stuff. Diba? The goodness of the Pinoy is always there. Basta i-trigger mo lang ng maayos.
Yeah, I think it's that.
Totoo,
I think it's really that, Sir Noel, na parang we can do better. We can really do better. Kasi, I mean, yun nga, we are also one of the most affected during the pandemic, and even especially with the artists, and even kami also sa Kapamilya Network, apektado marami. I mean, everyone is affected by the pandemic, especially here in the Philippines. Pero I think yun nga, my hope for the country is that we can continue to just fight for us.
That's true.
Really
yung ganda na nung us, no? Parang it goes beyond ourselves. Dapat, we so...
Ay, apektado din ako na parang,
totoo. I feel you. Ang sarap group hug and embrace. Kasi parang, di ba, parang it's really not about us. It's really about us. Di ba? Parang, we so need national care. Hindi pong gano'n.
Each other. Oh my gosh.
Yun talaga. Parang now, we should focus on the things that can bind us as a people, as a country.
Yeah.
And ang laki ng contribution nyo as artists to trigger that. I hope may mga ganong triggers eventually. Thank you. Well, our time's up. But then, and also, we'll go to commercials. We'll be playing during our break. We'll be playing the 25th anniversary of the song by Tina Belami.
Yes.
Imagine from Sweet Plantado, Ima Castro to Sweet Plantado to Jean Velasquez Alcacid, and then now Morisette. So that's such an honor. How was it? How was it like recording that song? Kinda
I
a
love it.
pressure.
Super pressure, yes, of course, especially dahil ang sinundan is si Miss Reg, di ba? So,
Pero ang ganda
everyone
ng
already
pali
knows.
mo. Ang ganda
Oh,
ng
thank
pali
you.
mo.
I think it's also really the arrangement, Sir Noel. The arrangement of Troy Laureta na he really brought it to a whole other level na parang pang-concert na talaga. So,
Totoo yun.
and I think if it wasn't also for the arrangement, kasi honestly, I was a little scared when I was asked to do this, kasi I was about to go into or I'm already going into another direction with my music na hindi na siya puro standard ballads,
That's
diba?
true.
But when I heard this arrangement, everything just nag ano lang talaga piece together kasi we were able to bring it na parang gospel na soul, which is
Correct.
my
I was about
listening
to say
right
that.
now.
I was about to say that. Parang naging praise song. No, it is,
And
parang the
ibang
power
level yung
beyond
meaning.
us.
Yes,
That's true. That's true.
Kaya,
And so
ang
you
galing.
shine not because of yourself and not shine because you want to propel yourself to like greater prominence, but because of him. No, parang ang galing lang. Ang galing lang. And a good transition before you come up with a new album. So, next month na ba? Next month na yon. So,
Pili ko next month na.
malapit na yung
Yun
next
pala.
month. Kasi malapit na yung next month at saka yun pala, you realize half of the year na naman. Di ba? Half of 2021.
Tumanda na ako.
Tayo, at least may pinagtatandaan. But Morisette, this was a great catch-up. Thank you. I missed you. And you know, in our heart, and David knows this, in our heart of hearts, we'll always be there to protect you and love you. You know
Thank you, Sir Noel. Thank you. I had fun. Thank you so much.
And yun, parang in the end, yun nga, it's our parang malasakit at pagmamahal sa isa't isa that will carry us. So, hindi man tayo palagi nakikita. Yun.
Yes.
And then again, our world is now beyond us. It's really like including other people to make better people. Salamat, Mori.
Thank you, Sir Noel. Nice to see you. And I'll see you again.
I will. And we'll continue praying for each other and then like cheering you on because you deserve it. Because you deserve
it. Thank you.
Salamat.
Thank you.
Now
Thank
we're
you, Sir
playing
Noel.
Shine, the 25th anniversary version by Morisette. And we're on with the Avanzados after Level Up. We'll be right back. Thank you, Mori.
Thank you, Sir Noel.
Ganda.
Paulit-ulit kang nagplano. Paulit-ulit ngunit lagi din naman nababago. Wag mo na kayang palampasin, wag na wag. With the love that you've given, it's true. Shining on all because of you. There I was, alone in the shadows, couldn't find my way. Then you walked in and brought along the sunshine. Now you're here to stay. And you make me shine, shine like the stars in the heavens. Shine, shine, you keep me shining through. Shine, shine, with the love that you've given is true. I'm shining on all because of you.
Action! Cut. Good day.
This June 26 and 27, the rising superstar is out to unleash her talent and take the spotlight in her first digital solo concert, bringing you songs and performances that will electrify your soul. CDN Events and Phenomenal Entertainment bring you all-out performances in a striking concert experience. Jayda in concert, streaming on KTX.ph, I Want TFC, and TFC IPTV. Don't miss out. Buy your tickets now.
Gawin mo na. Lumilipad. Hanggang ulan. Tumitingkad. Matutupad. Go nang go nang go nang go nang go nang go lang go. Go nang go nang go nang go nang go nang go lang go. Taon na lang pareho din ang iyong pinaplano.
Okay. Okay. Friends, at this point of the program, I'd say I've looked forward to this because I'm talking to family. So we can like talk about anything now and we can let loose and let our guards down. So good afternoon, Dindong. We have Dindong, Avanzado, his Father's Day, and the debutant, my debutant inaanak, and we can't believe she's already 18. Jayda, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ninong Noel. It's good to see you.
Hey Noel, it's been a while. Kamusta ka na?
Hello, kumusta kayo? Let's start from the very beginning. I've been raring to ask you these questions. So, Jayda, did you ever ask your parents how you were born or how you were formed at least?
Formed. I mean, I guess that's come up. I've had different versions of it. Without getting into
stories. What were their stories? I want to hear this.
I don't know. I've been told I've been made in Japan or San Diego.
So it's not a honeymoon baby, Dong?
No, well, actually, we had a sort of a delayed kind of honeymoon. Kasi nga, decided me and Jessa that we won't have a kid right away.
Yeah.
Got married and then we enjoyed our relationship. Kasi it was only 1 year after we got together, tsaka kami kinasal. So medyo mabilis, di ba?
Yes.
So after that,
it was properly documented. Like your dad documents everything, di ba? So parang may mga pictures sa lahat. So she wasn't a honeymoon baby.
well, that was kind of a honeymoon already. Kasi wala kaming honeymoon na eh. So in a way, yeah. Because
but you know, Jayda, theirs is a very passionate and loving love story, di ba? Alam mo yon. So how did the dynamics of the whole family change, Dong, when Jayda came into the picture?
Oh, definitely, she was a life changer, and we knew that. I mean, we knew having a child would be, it would change our life definitely.
That's true.
And plus the fact that I discovered so many things about Jessa, being, especially when she had a kid, no? When we had Jayda, she's such a hands-on mom. She's very meticuloso siya, and she has certain ways of paano papalakihin si Jayda, yung pag-alaga, physically, pag-alaga sa baby.
Yes. And the whole sacrifice na ang sexy ng mommy mo, ha? Then eventually, no? Di ba? Magkakaroon siya ng baby. Imagine that's such a
transformation or something.
Yeah. Totoo yun. And Jayda, when you came into the picture, well, what kind of a kid were you? I knew you were makulit.
And you're right though, Ninong Noel. Makulit ako nung bata ako. I would say na very outgoing. I was a people person. I mean, to this day, I still am. Pero,
kanino naman?
Pero masasabi ko nung bata ako, medyo makapal yung mukha. I had confidence. I was so bubbly. I was that kid. And I don't know, I was just a very happy child, I'd say. And I just loved to entertain people. I think that was my core. And that was like my beginnings and the foundation as a singer, and
she loved being surrounded, or she got used to being surrounded by adults, and I guess you went through baby talk and all these things. And I remember one time very well, in school, Noel, she went to the preschool. And it was like 2 years old, and one time, nung susunduin na namin siya, yung teacher niya lumapit sa amin. Sabi niya, you know, I want to tell you something that happened in school. So I was showing mga pictures of like animals, yung fish, ganun doon. So mga bata, di ba? Fish, animal.
Yes.
So taas niya ng isa picture, dinosaur, sabi ng mga kids. Sabi ni Jayda, that's a brachiosaurus.
Panalo. Sabi ng teacher, spell. Mahirap na yun.
Sabi ng teacher, nagulat din sila. Parang, wow, she knows it already. She's very, ang taas na comprehension niya. And she has very good memory. And I guess that also helps in music. With her music.
Ang galing. And then this, you grew up in the States. I was telling Dindong, ang galing mo naman that you're able to like instill in you the Filipino culture and even the language. Kasi some families in the States, nag-iiba pag nandun. Tapos yun, parang, pero may rules ha. Well, hangang-hanga ako dun sa rule ng family. Oy, pag sa labas, you can talk all English you want. And then pagdating mo sa bahay, Tagalog. Was there ever a rule? That's why you were able to like instill in you the Filipino culture, Jayda?
Actually, Ninong Noel, hindi eh. Hindi nga. Actually, nung una...
Tagalog, tama. Walang accent yung Tagalog, di ba?
Thank you though. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Ako talaga nung bata ako, mas English talaga yung salita ko. And I think it's because they wanted me to get used to English. I mean, I guess it's to each his own or to each their own. But I think for me, it was more of a conscious decision that I made when I got older to really learn the Filipino language, especially since papasok ako sa showbiz. So parang kasama na rin yun. And talagang tinulungan rin naman ako ng parents ko, especially my mom, since Tagalog was really her first language.
Ang galing.
Parang pag nakikipag-usap ako sa kanya, Tagalog, pero hindi naman naka-enforce na ganun. Ako talaga, kusa ko rin talaga, pinag-aralan talaga yung Tagalog. I started watching like Philippine cinema and things like that.
Galing.
And I guess dito sa bahay kasi yung staff namin, syempre Tagalog yung salita nila para mas maka-communicate ako effectively with them. I would talk in Tagalog. Hindi ako Bisaya. Pero ayun. So that's basically how I learned. It was really from, I guess, my own effort as well. And I think there was really a will there. Kasi nga, alam ko at sinabihan na rin ako dati ng management ko na if you want to make a career here or living here in the Philippines, you have to learn how to speak the language. And I think, there's such a big benefit to being bilingual.
It's true.
Being in touch with my Filipino roots and my culture, which kahit naman dati nang hindi pa ako masyadong marunong mag-Tagalog, the Filipino values were always there and instilled in me.
Yeah.
And I think I'm basically like a walking hybrid of both cultures, of American culture and Filipino cultures.
Galing. Now, nakaka-proud lang kasi now you're in the Philippines, but then let's look back at your life in the States. How are you like in the States? So ano yung influence sa'yo ng States? You become more independent, I suppose?
I would say, I think, the little traits I've gotten from growing up in America, I think number one as well, besides my mom having that trait of being direct and straightforward.
That's true.
When I talk to people, I think that's reflected in me, and it's a part of my, I guess, my cultural kind of identity in a way. I would also say the work ethic. I think and my attention to detail, especially like over these past few years, I've worked with producers in America and songwriters there, and I can say that the work ethic that they put and the attention to detail they have, not just in music, but just with everything in general, is something that's been instilled in me. And I think that's a part of me that I have to also thank, like besides my parents, of course, I think the American culture and my Western influences as well, not to demean like Philippine music or influences in any way. It's just that like, it's just a fact there that they also have like a different way of working things over there. And I think that's something I've learned so much from that, and I attribute a part of myself to that.
Ang galing lang because you're able to like reach out to a wider audience, whether dito sa Philippines or outside the Philippines. But Dindong, at a certain point you thought of like settling there, no? Well, or there's always that option for you like to stay there. Pero you decided to come back here. And good nga you were able to root your family dito pa rin sa Pilipinas. So how was it?
That's a good question, Noel. No? In our minds, when we got that opportunity to be able to work there and live there for a while, we considered that, but we knew for a fact actually na babalik talaga kami dito because we've established ourselves here.
Ang galing.
We just didn't know kung kailan, with what time or what's the right time to do that. But we really prayed about it and we felt like God would lead us kung kailan kami babalik. And there's a story behind that, no? But in our minds, nung time na nabigay sa amin itong opportunity, kami ni Jessa were deciding parang, gawin pa ba natin to? We were thinking about it eh. Ang naisip talaga namin noon, without thinking that Jayda would have this kind of gift, no, this talent. Sabi namin, baka later magamit ni Jayda yung opportunity to be able to make a career or live in the US.
That's true.
At least gawin natin ngayon kasi it was really meant for her.
That's true.
So that's why we made that conscious decision. And aside from the fact that we wanted to do tours there, we wanted to perform in the US and reach out to mga kababayan natin doon. And it really paid off. And now, many years after, when you start looking back, you connect the dots. That's why it was allowed pala to be like,
no?
We didn't realize Jayda would be this skilled with music. And then nagulat nga kami, sabi nga namin na, in fact, at some point, sabi nga namin, ano ba ang gusto mo? Dito or doon? Because there's that opportunity. Kaso nga, sa Amerika, syempre, mas tougher ang competition.
That's true.
Different thing, no? But if she could do both, then why not, di ba? So, gano'n ang namin. And while we were going around there, kasi we were introducing Jayda to different...
Yeah, parang she would guest in your concerts, di ba? Or like meron siyang cameo.
Yeah, concerts and also people behind the scenes. We were meeting people, Hollywood people, executives, so that we get a feel for how it works. And when we know somebody kasi who's in the business there, gave us pointers or was pointing us to the direction that would benefit Jayda later on. And we got advice. That's why it led us to where she is right now. And in fact, at that time, kasi Jayda was like 12. I remember she was 12 when we were there. The people that we met in the US were very impressed with her kasi at a young age, she's able to write and wala siyang inhibition eh. Yung perform. So sabi nung kausap namin, just one executive of Warner Brothers, sabi niya, what we noticed with you is you're not intimidated by us. And then they liked her composition, but they felt like at a 12-year-old, parang hindi yan yung age if you want to make a career in music. Kasi Jayda that time, music ang gusto eh. Medyo parang sinasabi nila, you still continue writing songs. You work on it. And then, tapos yun nga ginawa ni Jayda, which she started doing. And then sabi nila, since we noticed you have a opportunity to be in the Philippines because your parents are established there, try to build a base there.
That's true.
Kasi sabi nila, the world is becoming global.
That's true.
And sabi niya, when you start your career, or when you cross over here, tapos makikita nila malaking base mo, that's something to start off rather than zero. Sabi niya kasi nag-iiba na yung, at that time, the world was changing. Gone were the days of those days na yung mga time nila, Taylor Swift, yung mga ibang artists na yung mga record, they get a deal, the big production deal. Wala na, usually what they want now are ready-made and then they just handle distribution.
So what was the clincher? What was the clincher, Dindong, when you said, "Uy, balik tayo ng Pilipinas and let's have that base"? And kasi it gave Jayda the soul, di ba? The Filipino soul. So mas parang you were in touch also with your audience at least.
Yeah. Well, the clincher was back in I think 08 ata or 09 when we decided, okay, we have to come back here. It was more for career purposes kasi sabi ng management namin at that time, kailangan, it's time for you guys to come back. Lalo na si Jessa, sabi niya, you have to come back already. So, bumalik na kami doon. But, alam namin, yung pagbalik namin, we had to keep going back and forth.
That's true.
So, to answer your question, what was the deciding point for Jayda was that when we talked to these people and we felt like, ito pa pala, Noel, when ABS-CBN approached us and showed so much interest with Jayda, with regard to, kasi at that time, gusto nila maging artista nga si Jayda eh. But Jayda was so passionate about her music. And she said, I want music first. And then when Star Music said, si Roxy, sabi niya, sige Jayda, let's do what you want. We won't force it. And you grow into it. Let's see if talaga maging hilig mo. That's when sabi namin, sige, this can work. Because
Galing.
yung nilabas ni Jayda, yung unang nilabas niya was an EP, which was like 3 years ago, right?
Yes.
When she was like 15 years old when she released it, was an all English thing. Kasi that's how she writes it. She's a Western influence siya eh. So then, it was good kasi out of that EP, she had Happy For You, which had 5 million streams. And, nakita ng tao yung skill niya as an artist, and, talagang may potential si Jayda. So we kept developing that over the years. Ang sabi ko nga lagi kay Jayda, what you're in for, sabi ko, is this is not a sprint, it's a marathon.
True, that's
because
long run and long haul.
Yeah, this is what we're trying to make for you is a career in music. We're not doing for the home run. That's why in our reality TV shows were not really an option, because we didn't want to, you get your quick 15 minutes of fame and that's it.
That's
because
true.
you have so much to offer, and we felt like, Noel, from my perspective, not as a dad, that's also one great privilege that I had. Not because Jade is my daughter, but seeing an artist go into and get grow into her elements.
That's true.
Watch it firsthand, first-hand experience. It's a blessing for me kasi nung time ko, Noel, I wrote my first song when I was like 18, 19.
That's
Jade
it,
was 12. So at the time, seeing somebody grow into that, so I thought, there's something special here. And we want, and then people, it's not just me and Jess seeing it, because there were so many people out there that we were sharing Jayda with. What do you think of her? And that was the honest opinion. And they all shared the same thing. In fact, they were even, all praises and saying that, she's got what it takes and all. It was just, alam namin, we have to work on it. Kasi di ba alam naman natin sa industriya natin, Noel, it's all about timing, tsaka yung opportunity, di ba? Hindi, kahit magaling ka, pag wala yung opportunity, tapos wala rin yung timing, it doesn't work eh. So, all the elements should align, and then that will achieve it.
And the pedigree. Ako naman, Jayda, you were also blessed to have parents na performers. Di ba? Parang yun talaga. And I was telling Dindong, they might be living their dreams with you now. Kasi parang continuation of what they had. So, an appreciation, see your dad cannot stop talking about you, but talk about them too, no? So, what was that exposure? What did you get from mom and dad? That parang made you up at this point.
I think it's because I really just grew up in that environment, and they never pushed me into joining show business. I think that's a common misconception of some people.
Here pa, was there a rule? Kasi I knew for a fact they wanted you to be in school or to finish school first. Di ba they were so strict ito yung time na matatapos na, susunduin pabalik. They were so devoted, really devoted parents na talagang susunduin, hahatid doon sa school, tapos babalik. Pero wala pang show business noon, di ba?
Yeah, no, that wasn't in the equation before. They just never wanted to force me into it. But I think when they really saw that I had a passion for it, and I think the game changer was when I really started to write songs, when I started songwriting, that's when they thought oh, she could make a career out of this. This is actually something to think about. Because I think it was always a part of me. Because I've said this before and I'll say it again. I was a tour baby, and I grew up on tour with my parents, and I think I just naturally gravitated to that, entertainment environment and just concerts and the stage and just music. I just grew up all around that, where it's just really no surprise that I really started to grow to love it. And honestly, what you're saying is my mom, if she had it her way, she probably wouldn't even want me in show business. But at the same time, when they both, and she particularly, saw my real passion for it, I think that was really, like you said, the game changer, where she was no, okay, we'll support.
Oh, they really wanted something better for you. I guess parents would want that, diba? That you go through something better than what they went through, no? So yun naman yung maganda. And everything prepared you to what you are now, at least, no? So, but growing up with the songs of your dad and your mom, what songs of them did you really like?
Yeah, I get this question a lot, actually. So I always say for my dad, I've liked a lot of his songs, and I think now that I'm a little older, I appreciate them a lot more, since he's a singer-songwriter too, and you could
very good songwriter too.
Yeah,
no?
yeah. You could
and
say
occasional dancer also. In TikTok, occasional
Oh
dancer.
yeah, he's
What
he's
you
the
do?
best TikTok dancer. He's the TikTok dancer.
Sabi ng mga tao, parang kundirana days lang daw. Di ba?
Grabe naman, katakot-takot na pambabraso itong ginawa sa
I can imagine. Pero Dindong, sa latter part naman ng career mo, talagang mas game ka naman ng gawin yung mga yan. Dati siguro parang pilitan, di ba? Pero now, I guess it just comes naturally. So what of your dad's hits is your favorite?
I would really say like Maghihintay Sa'yo because I really love the simplicity of it, the straightforwardness of it without,
I wish you would tell you the real story behind that song.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I did. The real story. But I don't know if that's for public consumption, so I found it. But yeah, no, I would probably say that one. And I just know that it connects to so many people, especially like OFWs and I guess like
people waiting for their dreams and their love.
Yeah,
parang din stardom, no? Parang
and like long distance relationships in general. And
wow.
Yeah, so I actually I guess like as a songwriter I can relate to that sentiment that I like to be able to connect with as many people as possible.
Can you sing part of it? Your favorite part of it of Maghintay Sa'yo?
Oh, sing it? Oh,
yeah. Part of it.
I mean, it would be the hook. Would it? Mahal na mahal kita, hindi ako magbabago, asahan mo ito. Yeah.
Galing. May counterpoint pa yung mommy mo niyan, di ba? Ang ganda lang.
Yeah.
Ang ganda lang in their album. What of your mom's song is your favorite?
I really like I like a couple of her songs. I like Ikakasal Ka Na. It's a fun choice. I know you probably wouldn't expect that. And Di Ba't Ikaw, probably.
Yes. Well, with that, of the traits when you go on stage, what of your dad's traits on as a performer did you get?
Yung lakas ng loob ko, yung kapal ng mukha ko. I'm kidding. I mean that in the best way possible. No, I've always said like my dad's real strength, I think, is being an entertainer and a performer. I think
and a communicator, I guess, no?
Yes, I agree. Yeah, but I believe that that's where his strength lies as a performer, and he knows how to make a connection with his audience. Like I've always said, like when people ask me, or people that who don't know my dad, like from America, like people like I guess other races, and they ask me like, oh, your dad's a singer, this and that. The description I always use for him is, my dad can make the dead come alive.
Kaya niya nga.
Kaya niya.
Pero your mom naman.
My name is like that.
Oh yeah. No, they just laugh. They don't even
ring the bell. then your mom naman's different. Your mom's charisma is different. No? Parang siya naman, the humor, the wit, di ba ganon? And the connection to the audience. Isang salita lang ng mommy mo and a gesture probably, people can understand it already. So, yun, ano naman mo doon?
Very distinct, I think, presence on stage, and I really appreciate that. And I guess in terms of kung ano naman ako sa kanya, I feel like vocally that's where it manifests a little bit more. Not because like we really sound the same, but definitely hindi mo mapagkakaila that she's my mom. So like you can definitely hear, yeah, there's a tone there, like a distinct like tonality that I guess like it reflects in me a bit, but at the end of the day, like we're very different. I think something that I've been
falsetto comes.
Oh yeah, I do get
falsetto. No, and when you transition to being an actress, at least your mom has proven to be a great comedian.
Oh yeah, no, my mom, like that's another thing I love. Something I love about my mom, yung sense of humor niya. As in, masabi ko talaga.
Na hindi niya akalain na even siya, di ba? Hindi niya akalain na meron. Pero yung hirit niya nakakatawa.
It's funny that way, and ako talaga na-appreciate ko sense of humor niya. She's probably one of, if not the funniest person that I know. So yeah.
How about your dad's going into movies? Your dad also had that stint in the movies.
Oh no, I've seen some of your movies. Yeah.
So what are your reactions to those movies? And you would eventually get into that.
Right. Yeah. Like I honestly, when I was a kid, I used to watch your movies on. Was it PBO? Was that the channel? Yeah. I know.
What stuck with you?
Estudiante Blues, Banana.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Banana Q.
because that's
Sorry.
With
Big
yeah.
Mac Boom, yun.
Banana Q, di ba?
Yeah.
Oh, sa UP yan sinut
Big
Noel
Mac
eh.
Boom, yeah.
Banana Q.
Yeah. No. And looking back, well, it all made up the Jayda that you are now, no? Parang pero have you decided what kind of mark you want in the industry at this
Yes,
point?
I
Music,
think I
right?
have.
Studio music.
I think I'm the type of person that it's so important for me to know what I want. Like I can't imagine not knowing what I want.
That's true.
So when it comes to my career, I think it's just more of just a continuing process of evolution. But at the end of the day,
That's
like
true.
it's so important for me, like to know or to have a sense of direction for myself and my career. And I think, at the very beginning, it's always been establishing myself as a singer-songwriter. I think that was really the most important thing. But I think now, since I've joined Rise Artist Studio and Star Magic, it's about crossing over to multimedia platforms and making the connection with as many people as possible through other art forms. I think that's like my main kind of mindset now, especially like I've been doing music for a couple of years and hindi yun mawawala. Ako talaga masasabi ko na music is always and will always be my first love, and that will never be out of the equation for me.
Galing.
Yeah.
And has that challenge you, Ding Dong, to get into social media then more visibly now? Because your daughter's in it, and eventually parang, oo nga, no? It's a different kind of a ball game now. Very different from when you started, no?
That's why, I mean, I'm not that kind of person. I mean, I don't.
We're no techie at all, but then we're open to these kinds of platforms.
Yeah. We have to make ourselves available for that.
Wala na yung dati, di ba? Gusto natin may privacy, but now everything's out there. Are there rules for Jayda now?
Well,
now on social media.
We always remind her, Jayda, don't let it take over your life. I know it's part essential.
People should learn from that.
Yeah, it's essential to your work because you want to reach out to more people and it's a platform. But that's what it is. Don't be obsessed about it. Don't be overly obsessed about it. Don't let it affect you. There's a good and bad side to social media.
That's true.
I can go on, and she's aware of that. So just be aware and learn to filter things because not everything that's being said there is true, or especially the bad stuff. There are people that have so much hate, or that is just I don't know. Maybe they feel that because they have that platform, it's okay for them to bash people or bring down people, and that's not okay. I said that's never okay. I mean, you have to learn to respect people's opinions, and there's a way of expressing if you disagree with the person, but to spew hate and all, that's never okay.
Ang galing. Now, at least you have that grounding, no, Jayda, that eventually parang a reminder that not everything or the best things in life are not on social media. It's really
I agree. I think
Oh.
social media has this, like, sometimes, and a lot of the time, it creates this false perception of people
from you.
and people, like, and admittedly, like us personalities, what we tend to post on social media is what we want for people to see. But I've found that social media isn't really everything. Like, it's not, because like I feel like a common misconception of people when they look at personalities like us is that porket nagpa-follow sila sa amin sa social media, kilalang kilala na.
Already your life.
You know everything about our lives, or you know everything about certain situations. That's not the case at all.
That's true.
I think that's something that I wish people would keep in mind of. And at the end of the day, we're human beings and we have our own issues, and not everything has to be broadcasted there. I think,
galing na lesson.
We should have our own personal lives, and we shouldn't be obligated to.
Very good lesson from a millennial or parang someone of this generation. Kasi nga, well, of course, if it comes from us, it's different. Parang here are the dinosaurs saying all these things, no? Parang ganun yung nangyayari. But Ding Dong, ayan yung maganda. Let's draw a certain parallelism because I'm very excited with Jayda's concert. You had yours. Shine On, yung sa tatay mo. No? So the very first concert that launched him, yours is coming earlier, much earlier. Di ba? So Shine On came, how old were you, Ding Dong?
19.
19. So Jayda, well, at least 1 year, pero well, parang ang dami mo nang nagawa, Jayda, at this time. So, Ding Dong, can you relate to us your excitement on your first major concert? And let's see, try to juxtapose it with what Jade is going through now that she's mounting her very first major concert.
Well, Shine On was really something that was so
very special.
Yeah, very special. And I'm sure that's same for Jayda, no? Kasi it marked really, I had just entered the business. Si Jayda kasi, medyo may 3 years siya na nakapag-prepare para. Ako, 1987, pumasok ako, and then that Shine On happened around late 1987, which is November 20th, 1987.
Yes. He remembers. You will remember the date of your first major
of course, I will. And because mga guests ko nun was Sharon.
Yes.
Sharon was my guest. Regine was just starting out as well as
Galing, no?
Then Augie was just a front act then. Kasi not everybody remember. I mean, Augie and I were together in Kundirana. Although una si Augie pumasok sa music business kesa sa akin, pero ako yung una nag-solo.
That's true.
We're about a year apart. So after that, so Augie was introducing then, and then 1988 lumabas na si Augie. But it happened really quick for me compared to like Jayda. There's a good and bad to it because I feel, in hindsight, I wish I prepared more. I think when I came out there, I mean, I was just a product of sobrang hype. Honestly,
but that was good timing too, Dindong.
Well, it was the timing then also, yeah, because of the.
Parang after Martin Gary, there was Augie, Jano, Dindong. Yun yung parang gano'n, di ba? No.
Masaya yun. Tsaka, I felt things happen for a reason.
That's true.
And nagkataon, may nagtiwala, and it was, it was really a successful show, and but I felt like talent-wise, Noel, honestly, I was not where I was in terms of talent.
Ayun ang galing. Napaka-grounded ng tatay mo kaya tayo kakaibigan. No, parang on hindsight, if you're able to like accept that and have those realizations, yun yung maganda, di ba? So, what can you like advise Jade so now after going through that major concert? Yung tipong really talent is core, di ba?
Yeah. And then if you decided to make this into a career, you really have to keep working at it. I already told her that, Noel.
That's true.
You have to have a teachable spirit. And the minute you tell yourself that you're good, that's the end of you.
That's true.
You're wala ka na. So magaling na ako eh. Hindi. It's a constant learning experience. I remember, Noel, 1987, in 1997, when I released album Decade After.
I love that album.
It was a very significant moment in my career because that was marking my 10th year in the music business.
Yeah. And then the context being, papawala na yung mga solo artists, the bands were lording
the bands were. Yeah, correct. You know that very well. That's why significant yun. When Wish I Could came out and it became a hit, we parang wow. Tsaka, imagine, alam mo, Noel, fun fact alam mo kung sinong kasabay ko nito na nakalusot na solo artist? Bakit pa? Si Jessa Zaragoza.
So destiny pala yan talaga.
Yeah, ako sa male yung kasi banda yan eh. Tama ka.
That's true. Banda talaga noon. Yes.
Nakalusot yung Wish I Could and To Love Again. Di ba? Remember?
Yes.
You're telling me about it. But that many people realize that on my 10th year or before my 10th year, before I turned 10 years in the business, I told myself, sabi ko, if I'm going to make a career out of this, I have to make myself better. I cannot just rely on the hype and the looks or whatever. Sabi ko, that's why I studied, I learned. I went I did voice lessons, I did performance workshops. Si Zebedee was my teacher.
And Diane, Jayda, the reminder is work with the best people. That's it talaga. And you get if you get the best training, yun eh. Parang some people takot sila to work with the best kasi feeling nila sila na yung pinakamagagaling. But then those people who thrive in the business and improve are the ones who work with the best people actually. So yeah.
That's true. And also I tell with the Jayda naman, another, like I mentioned kanina, the gift that she has is she's she always mahilig siyang mag-research. She non-stop learning. Yeah, she's a nerd. I mean, people behind the scenes. She knows more about the people behind the scenes because she loves to acquire knowledge. That's why she is what she is right now as an artist. Noel, it's because that's what's remarkable about her. People sometimes just concentrate on the vocals or the voice, and she has that. She already does that, and she's very, for want of a better word, she's very anal about the whole even how you do the voice, but it's the music production. She's so concerned about every single detail. In fact, in her concert, you won't believe how involved she is. And that's not because she's being difficult. It's because yung attention to detail niya at saka yung constant learning niya na she, whatever she sees, she observes, and then how was this done?
Dindong, I guess it's characteristic of this generation too. Nag-multitasking silang lahat, di ba?
Yeah, I guess so. Tama ba, anak?
Yeah,
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
As in when you do productions now like this, di ba? Parang ikaw cameraman, ikaw yung soundman, ikaw yung makeup artist.
Nakakapagod lang. Nakakapagod. But tama yung sinabi mo, you work with the best, and that's also the reason behind this one, that Jayda's coming into ABS-CBN, coming together with the whole team. There's alam mo, nakakatuwa dito, Noel, na when
like full circle, no? Parang she's living your dream. Ang ganda.
Yeah. But the thing is, I was gonna say nga, it's so nice if you have a team, if you work with a team.
That's true.
There's somebody in charge for this department. There's somebody in charge for your concert. There's somebody in charge for your music, your album. And there's somebody in charge for your acting or whatever, your management.
That's true, yeah.
So, ang ganda nung ganun. It's a constant.
And when you go home, it's your well-being that's being taken charge of, no? With your parents and all. So, buti na lang, inaanak, you're not like thinking of you being independent and getting your own place already.
No, that's not. I don't think that's really
That's part of the equation now.
At the moment, I mean,
Ako, sobrang iyak ng nanay mo siguro.
Lumipat nga lang ng kwarto nung time na Kasi Jayda used to stay with us. I mean,
yes. Kaya nga sila hindi nakabuo ng isa pa Kasi palagi ka raw
always in the room, and until nung time na there was a time na talagang sabi niya sa akin, Dad, I wanna move out and have my own room.
Room lang yun, ha?
Actually, she had her own room, but she's saying, I want to sleep there na. I remember, mami niya, di ba, pinigilan tayo ni mami mo. Parang meron siya sinabi na, sabi ko, timingan mo na lang, timingan mo. And there was one thing that happened, kaya napalipat na si Jayda. And after that, hindi na nag-object mami niya. Pero nung una,
you never asked for a baby brother or someone with you, or talagang parang I think you were destined to be alone para yung unika niya, para ikaw talaga.
I don't know about destined. I mean, I don't know how that works in the equation, but I guess as a kid I never really found myself like asking, like, I guess like
for more. No, yeah,
because like for me, I don't know, like I guess I grew, like my dad said, I grew up around adults. I was surrounded by people all the time, so that kind of, I guess, filled the void of a sibling for that some kids, I guess, would look for, I guess, because we were always on the road too. Like it never really crossed my mind. And I guess as a kid, because like I remember people used to tell me, don't you want a playmate? And I was like, I'm good with myself. Like, oh yeah, no, I have my playmate here. And like I said, when I was a kid, like I had such a wide imagination that I just knew how to like entertain myself as well. And
but you know, it'll be hard for you to part with them eventually, huh? Because you're about the only person they have. So, well, Dindong, magsi-50 na tayo, ganong edad, no? Parang it's also nesting for us, no? Parang eventually your daughter will have a life of her own. Are you prepared for that?
I'm trying to absorb that first, but I don't know if it happens like now. Siguro I'm not yet prepared. And
tama naman, everything in its right time, no?
Yeah, everything in its right time. But we do discuss it, but from the way Jayda says it right now, that's also not on her mind. That's not foremost on her mind, like wanting to separate.
Pag na in love na yan, lagot ka. Are there any rules? Are there any rules? Like kunyari,
nakafocus siya sa career niya.
Kala mo lang yan, pero pag may mga boys na ika-career katulad ng ginawa mo rin dati, what if that happens too? Are you prepared as a dad? Or si Jessa siguro paano na kaya yun?
You'd be surprised, mas si Jessa, mas pa nga yan sa mga boyfriend eh.
So it's the dad who's strict, no?
Si Jessa, okay sa well, I'm not naman really strict, but I always tell Jayda, know your priorities in life. And there's something na, sabi ko, when love hits you, it could really, there's a good thing about love. I mean, love is a good thing, but if you let it consume you so much, Parang
Nice to
don't
hear it
let
from
it
you.
come to that point na pababayaan mo yung mga ibang priorities mo. Kasi ano naman yan, sabi ko, kailangan balansehin mo to tsaka to. There's always that balance that you have to strike. Hindi pwede puro ito. Hindi na naman pwede puro ito. So sabi ko, laging balance. And she really has a good head above her shoulders. And right now, Noel, honestly, she is really focused and so primed for what she's about to accomplish in the coming days, weeks, months, and years ahead.
May permission naman ako ng dad mo to ask this, no? Whatever happened to that Darren thing? I thought they were like pairing you up with him. And it was such a precious song. Yung yun, di ba, that song that Dindong composed, di ba? Sana tayo na. And kayo yung kumanta, people thought that there would be a real spin to that eventually. Wala rin pala. Anong nangyari?
We lost you.
We lost you for a bit.
Yeah, okay. Oh, so what happened? Yeah. Okay. So what happened to the Darren thing? We thought that after singing that significant song that your dad composed, parang there's a spin to it that there'll be something more. What happened to that?
I guess, when in terms of that collaboration, I mean, I guess the way to look at it as I'm a singer-songwriter, I'm an artist, and Darren is an artist too. And that's what artists do. We collaborate. It was a collaboration from the very beginning. And it just so happened that people seem to appreciate him and I's like working chemistry. And, I appreciate that. And I think like personally for me, I can't speak for him, but I speak for myself when I say that like if a good project were to ever like come along for him and I to work on, like I would be open to it. And I think that's something for my management as well to discern and to decide on. It would have to be a collective team decision. But yeah, that's really
Galing lang,
all
because you're the best of your generation, best performers na somehow of your generation that you're being put together. Pero buti na is telling then your dad to be paired with other people, probably an actor, probably from a different profession. Para there's a lot of like things to learn from those collaborations. So speaking of collaborations, kasi ngayon talaga people thrive on collaborations too, di ba? Hindi lang sa sarili. It's not about just you, no? So who else do you think, do you see na pwede fit para maging ka-collab ni Jayda?
If we're talking about musical collaborations, I've always been very like vocal that gusto ko talagang makatrabaho ang SB19. I appreciate them. I think they represent the Philippines in terms of like talent really well.
In a different sound, in a different like, di ba? Vibe, no?
Yeah, I watched them. I got to see them live at the Wish Music Awards last year in 2020 pre-pandemic, and I thought they were absolutely incredible. I like their music, and I really appreciate that. I would love to do a song with them. Another person I've also been very vocal about like collaborating with would be Zach Tabudlo. He's very talented, and I appreciate him as a singer-songwriter. I have respect for that. And I think for me, honestly, Ninong Noel, it's I have this thing where I'm all about lifting other artists up like, in the music industry here, especially in the local music industry, because like there's just so many talented people. And I think like something that I actually learned like, recently, and it's like, I guess like even more solidified in my mind. I learned it from Kuya Bugoy Drilon, and he told me, artists should support other artists. And I'm like, yes, that's exactly the way it should be, which is why like I'm very vocal about these people that I've just mentioned that I want to collaborate with. And I think the intention is just, I would just like to make good music with these people. I would like to learn from them, because I think the amazing thing about collaborating with different people, and like you said, it would be really good to be able to work with different people, is because you grow from each experience. And I think that's something that you as an artist should always be open to, I think.
Parang the sense of humility also, that they're able to share talents, no? Parang it's not all about you now. It's really serving other people or lifting other people. That's very good. Yeah, Dindong, ikaw naman, what's in store for your music now? Parang, of course, it's not all Jayda. Dindong still has something to offer. You're still in a show now, so it's a different role. Pero parang, I know the dad is very proud of the daughter. Pero what sort of reinvention do you want to see in you naman?
There's so many things that despite what happened with the pandemic and all, it brought out another side of me.
I know. Doon kayo naging busy, di ba? Lahat kayo na pamilya. Doon kayo naging busy na pamilya.
Well, yeah. I mean, lahat kami may ganap. Pero, not only that, but even
at may endorsement, di ba?
Emotionally, of course, all the blessings come. Natutuwa kami. I mean, we thank the Lord for that because we have work and all. But from perspective-wise and all, I mean, I think I believe I grew so much as an individual during the pandemic. You know, a lot of soul searching, a lot of reflecting went on, and then being able to see your friends for who they are and appreciate all your friends, diba? And you know, you appreciate them more because you don't get to see them as much. You know, kaya mo sana talaga mas lalo mong binavalue yun na anytime that you get the chance to talk to them, kahit sandali lang, na-appreciate mo yun, diba? But for me, like in terms of music, honestly, Noel, at this point of my life, I miss performing with my band. I miss the live band scene and all.
Pero parang matatagalan pa ulit, no?
Yeah, but right now we live with what we manage with what we have right now, and we try to make it work. But what is inspiring me right now, Noel, is this person beside me.
Kita naman, parang she's become your life. Kayo ni Jessa talagang ano na. But well, just as a corollary question, public service is out of the question, Dindong.
I'm always open to it, but I felt like it's always been about the timing of getting into it. There's so many, right? To be honest, Noel, I've been praying about it because before naman, the reason why I discontinued it, much of the reason was really because Jayda was getting into the business. I was serving in Sikihor. The going back and forth. Jessa was telling me, I need you here. Physically, I need you here. So, you know, your time being devoted to politics, sabi niya, nag-uumpisa pa lang si Jayda noon. Sabi niya, hindi ko kakayanin mag-isa. That's why I said I didn't seek a second term as vice president.
But now you're helping other people. It's not really just hinged on politics. I think you're doing a good job with OPM. Well, parang at least yun parang na-organize niyo yung OPM, and lalo na yun nga yung side effect siguro ng pandemic, no, that people saw the need to organize to help each other. So that parang and hindi niyo broadcast, pero parang you've been helping other people too during the pandemic. So do you see that as a career or something as a life plan for you?
It's something that crosses my mind. I mean, I don't close my doors to it. I'm still young enough to be able to, you know, be of service, and I feel that if I can contribute something, why not? It's just that right now with the political landscape, you know, where will I be? What position? Yeah, tsaka kung saan ako best suited to serve, di ba? You know, you have to put that into consideration. Hindi lang yung basta tumakbo ka lang for the sake of, di ba? Tapos hindi yun eh. Kailangan pag-isipan mabuti. But right now, Noel, talaga,
it's really,
you know, being part of the creative team of Jayda and doing this album that she did, for me, is something special because nga it's an all Tagalog album, Noel.
Yeah. I was surprised with that.
To be part of it.
Yes, I was surprised with that because I watched ASAP live. That was it. When you meron happy birthday, tapos biglang naghihintay sila ng ano pang susunod, no? Parang kala nila yung concert na yung pasabog, but eventually it was the album, an all Filipino album.
Yes.
How did it come to be?
It came to be honestly like only in like at the very end of March during the second lockdown. I think that was the decision or the moment where I made the conscious decision that I'm gonna put out an album, because I started writing in Tagalog last year pre-pandemic, and that was like, you know, like it was the first step for me, and it was me stepping outside my comfort zone since you know my first language is English. But then I wrote MU Malabong Usapan earlier this year at the end of March, which was a big step for me as a songwriter, and I thought like, hey, maybe I can actually do this. I can actually put together a record that's all Tagalog, and it's like a big like milestone for me. And it was me growing and pushing myself out of my comfort zone. So over the course of, I think like, was it 2 months or a month and a half? A month and a half
to finish an album, Noel.
And then we finished like just at home. My dad and
Well, kaya naman yun ng
So
Dindong
yeah,
pag
and
pressured
it
siya,
came to
gumawa
be
ng
that
mga kanta.
album.
Kaya naman ng tatay mong gumawa ng kanta.
Well, totoo yung sabi mo about
pero the pandemic
not
gave
all the time, Noel. May writing.
yes.
I'm sorry?
But the pandemic gave you a different
What did you-
context. But kaya ni Ding Dong yon na gumawa ng mga kanta, but the pandemic gave you a different context. Parang while other people are complaining about mental health at walang outlet no for the things that they feel, you were able to compose or come up with a whole album.
I guess so. I think
therapy.
that's a nice way of looking at it. Kasi talaga ako, tinitingnan ko yung music as therapy in a way for me. It's a great and a healthy outlet for my emotions, and something beautiful comes out of it, even the sad parts or the sad emotions. And I think with this album, like it was just a whole, I was able to counter or, kind of hit on the whole spectrum of different emotions that are relevant to me, topics that are relevant to me. And ako kasi, as a songwriter in Tagalog, what I like to do is, the way I start is I start with a concept because, I think that's a great way because the tip I always get, I give to young songwriters. Well, young songwriters. As if I'm not a young songwriter. But
You're an old soul, sabi nga ni Katrina.
I've asked this all the time, like in interviews, like what's your advice for young songwriters? Number one is like you have to know what you want to say.
That's true.
And you have to understand there's no idea that's 100% original because more than likely everything has already been done before. But the challenge for us songwriters is finding new ways to say things. It's like everyone's written a love song or a song saying I love you, but you're looking for different ways to say I love you. And I think as the times progress, there are new ways that kind of pop out and new ways to say it. So I think with this album, Bahagi, it was finding new ways to express things that have gone in my life, things that are relevant to me. And that was like the challenge for my dad and I.
Ang galing. So the concert is on. Like you can invite everyone here. That's the reason why I wanted to highlight you and the concert. The concert is on, and how can they get the tickets?
Yeah, so Jayda in concert sa June 26 na po yan with a rerun on June 27. Depending on your time zone, you can get your tickets at ktx.ph. I Want TFC and TFC IPTV pay-per-view. Actually, this is a huge thing about this show is kahit san parte ka ng mundo, you'll be able to watch the show simultaneously with everyone here in the Philippines because it's online. And we made sure that the tickets are very affordable. And if you get the VIP ticket, you can also, there's a chance for you to have a Zoom meet and greet with me. So we can get to chat and yeah.
Wala yun nung panahon ni Ding Dong. Si Ding Dong mag-meet and greet, magsasign. Sila ni Jessa hanggang matapos maubos yung mga tao. Di ba? Hello. Yes. Hello, yes. Ayan, better?
He froze.
Ayan, hello.
Wait.
Oh, hello.
Well.
Are we okay?
Naputol. Hello.
Oh, hello. Hello. Ayan, I'm on. James. James. Hello. We're on now. It's them ba? Hello? Oh, let's just wait for them. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, yan, better. Okay. Yan. Okay.
So there you go.
Okay. So, so we talked about the concert and how they can avail of the tickets, but do you have guests there, Jayda, in your concert?
I do. I do have guests, and I've already announced it, so I'll say it again. I will be joined in the show with KD Estrada, who is an up-and-coming artist, an artist to watch out for. He's very talented, and of course, my mom, Jess Zaragoza, the one and only. We're doing something very special, and sana makapanood kayo lahat. Thank you, Ninong Noel. I hope you're
Yes,
able
I will, and I will buy my ticket. Kailangan ka rin i-promote. Kailangan i-promote. So Ding Dong, ikaw, ano yung reminder aside yun, the jitters of the first concert, major concert? Of course, it will be different pag live, no? Pag talagang face to face. But this one, This one's really live, no? It's not something you'll tape.
No, it's live. It's live, the show. Can you hear us? Kasi
Yes.
it's becoming unstable. Eh.
Yes.
You can. Okay. Yeah. No, it's live, and you know, for me, kasi with Jayda, the difference lang with this one is there's no audience really. That's the audience. There's an audience, but they're on the other side. You don't feel the energy coming from them. No. Pero let me tell the audience or people that are watching us now, Jayda was born for this. She was made for this. I'm telling you. Hindi kanina nawala nga sa thought ko to, pero i-mention ko ngayon in relation to her concert.
Mm-hmm.
When she was 9 years old, she did a concert. Her first concert was when she was 9. It was actually her birthday.
Wow.
And remember, kids, if you ask them what do they want for their birthday, especially at that age, it's probably usually a magic show or a themed party or something. The thing that she asked us was for her to do a concert. So it was like a concert party. And we did it, Noel, it was with a live band. It was called Turning 9. And can you get me that? I'll show you something. It was full band. Thank you, anak. This one, if you can see it, that's the poster. That's the poster to that show, Turning 9. Can you see it?
Parang Sarah Heroini mo agad, no?
9 years old siya. Nakita mo, it's a birthday concert party that she did. And at that time, Noel, when she did this, when she asked us, when she came up to me, she says, Dad, si Jessa pala nasabi, Dad, yung anak mo merong sasabihin sa'yo. Tapos sabi ko, ano yun, anak? Dad, for my birthday, I want to do a concert. And I said, what do you mean, like, what concert? I mean, as in concert, like -1? No, live band concert. Hindi pa naman siya nagla-live band concert nun eh. Tapos she brings out a piece of paper and she has 9 songs. May concept pa siya, these are the 9 songs that I'm going to sing. So talagang seryoso siya nun. So I had to call up my musical director. I remember we were still in the States then nung kausap ko, sabi ko pagbalik ko sa Manila, kakausapin ko ang musical director ko si Elmer. So I asked Elmer, tingin mo kakayanin kaya ni Jayda 9 years old? Tsaka live band eh. So ginawa namin, sige, sabi niya, mag-band, piano rehearsal tayo para malaman namin kung makakasabay si Jayda. Ano mo, first piano rehearsal, pagtugtog ni Elmer, sabay talaga kagad siya. Walang inhibitions. Kaya sabi ni si Elmer talagang, pwede niya, kaya niyang gawin to.
You were made for this.
That's what I said. She was made for this. And I want now that she's 18, that's 9 years after, she's doing her first full major concert. That's why I'm so excited because full circle moment talaga. And she's going to be doing something here that, that really, as a parent, I couldn't be more proud. But, it's not just vocal. It's a performance that she's going to be doing. So,
and now talagang evolved Avanzado, parang gano'n. So, okay lang sa'yo when they say Dindong, that she's really an improvement of the race. Okay yun, di ba?
Like, si Jessa nga pag tinatanong, parang sa inyo, mana sa inyo. Alam mo sinasabi ni Jessa, mas magaling pa siya kaysa sa amin.
Galing.
And it's really true. I mean, not to put pressure na, but I mean, it's really true. I mean, she's really an evolution of us.
Thanks.
Ang galing. And a tribute to the parents who raised her well. No? So, but Jayda here now, dreams for yourself. Ano pa yung sana mo for yourself?
Ako talaga, well, like I said, like as I'm embarking on this new journey with a new management and being signed to ABS-CBN, of course, like the dream is to cross over to different platforms, and that includes, I think, specifically
and internationally too.
Yes, of course. I was just about to say that, but in particular here, I think movies and cinema, film, I think that's where my heart is really at in terms of acting more than anything. And I would probably say though, like you've already said it, like you put the words right in my mouth, like internationally, I've always wanted to, go global. I think that's always been the dream for me. And especially since I have such a huge Western influence, like both in me and on me. So like, I think that's always been the ultimate goal for me at the end of the day is like, ako talaga, I would love to do a world tour one day. I hope to be recognized in different countries, and I'm able to make a connection with people from different cultures, not just Filipinos.
Galing.
So, yeah.
And then your dad's gushing na. So Dindong, same question. Dreams, yung sana mo para sa sarili mo.
Noel, I mean, it's been such a wonderful journey for me. Honestly, I couldn't ask for anything more, to be honest.
It's not about you anymore.
Yes, you're right. It's not about me anymore. I couldn't ask to be in a better position right now. Having a show, a daily show with Happy Time and all, coming at this time, Anjo and I were talking about it. It's a blessing. And I also get to sing in that show, by the way. My segment is about.
Sabi nga nila pagbalik nyo raw sa Philippine Arena na.
Well, our episodes now, yung mga daily shows namin are now sa we taped it for Philippine Arena.
Yeah.
So for the next 2 weeks. But yung live, sana mangyari talaga yun. As in may audience na. No? Yun ang hinahabol natin. But let's see. But right now, go at to your question, what are my plans and all, I go with what God shows us. And right now, what is being presented to us as a family, as artists also, is Jayda. This was all, it's his plan, and we're just thankful that we are able to witness it. We are able to be part of this.
It's God's goodness and God's love at work. But hold it with the industry, no? So what are your sana? Ano yung hopes mo naman for our industry? Now that we're really hard hit by the pandemic, but look, there are people like you who thrive.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we could sana lahat, di ba?
Yes,
opportunities. I see other artists that are struggling. Some of them have managed to make the shift and all.
Yeah.
But I just my wish talaga is for us to be able to figure out a way to be able to bring back our industry without having to, these kinds of measures. I mean, we can always, we can be careful. We can, syempre, mga protocols to, no? Pero kailangan mabalanse natin yan. We always have to strive to achieve a balance wherein hindi tayo kailangan magpatay ng industriya. Kasi, ang laking bagay din ng entertainment industry sa moral ng tao. As a nation, And lalo tayo, because music is a big part of our lives, and we have to bring that back. There's got to be a concerted effort for us to bring back live music, and hopefully we'll be getting there. So.
Well said. Kasi parang people should realize that art and music are essential too, no? And
they are.
Skills.
Yeah. That's
say it louder.
Yeah, that's so true. It is essential. People when they say no, kanta lang yan or something, no, it's essential because it's here. And if you suffer from mental and all, if you have a breakdown and all, it affects your immune systems also go down. I mean that's really a fact. So it's very essential.
And look at this evolved girl, and now look, she's all well because of music, di ba? But I'll toss the last one. Ano naman sana mo, Jayda, for our country? I know your dad will have a good talk about it. So we say, ano yung sana, kasi parang everything that we want for our country, we live at home, di ba? Parang however we live in our homes should be the same way we manage our country. So ikaw naman, ano naman yung sana mo for our country?
Ako naman sana para sa Pilipinas. I hope that people do, I guess, like, I think I was asked this question before, or in a conversation, and I would really say I really hope for the country we would operate on the saying or the phrase that we should be careful but not fearful or overly fearful. I think that's the biggest thing, that if I were a leader or if I had like a certain platform, and I guess like now is my little way of saying it, I would really love for the country to be rallied with that, because we as a nation will be able to grow with that, and we'll be able to progress and move forward from this whole thing. Like, I mean, it's not in any way for me to get political, but I think it's just really more of the fact that, you know, we should all know the facts. We should do our research, but at the same time, we can't let fear stop us from living our lives and fulfilling our purpose and things like that. Because really, if you're living in fear, and then is that really living?
Nakakapanilabot, Dingdong. Because really look for spaces when we can work together. Sabi nga nila yung parang fear, nakakahawa yung fear. Pero iba rin talaga, mas nakakahawa din yung tapang. And for artists like you to start that, saying, well, like putting your voice out there, not for anything political, but for anything that can unite us, yun yung hinahanap natin. Dingdong, go. Hopes for the country.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jayda said it so well. I'm so proud that you said that.
Yeah,
but my hope also moving forward is that we become less fearful and we strive to come together. There's so many things that divide us.
That's true.
But I feel that there are things that can unite us, and we should focus on those things that will unite us. And and I guess important thing is also respect. We have to respect people. And alam mo, Noel, in this day and age, ang nakakalungkot talaga, ang nakapagpalaki ng divide is social media. Despite the fact that it has its benefits, that's also what divided us. So,
but at least we're aware of it, no? But at least we're aware of it.
I was gonna say that what it takes for us to be able to move forward from this is to be more aware. Awareness kasi can really take away that division, and because and raise more understanding. Because the more you understand something, then the more you will be less what do you call this, less ano ba yung word na sinasabi ko, parang less antagonistic. Yeah, that's a word.
Yes.
Yeah, diba, you'll be less antagonistic because then you understand what the other person is communicating, that it's not really attacking you. It's just maybe he or she is expressing an opinion which you respect, and in turn that person will also respect you. And if that respect goes on, it's healthy, then we can have healthy discussion. We have open forum kasi let's discuss. You have your belief, this is my belief, let's put it together, which is better. Then we respect that. We find a way, common ground to move forward.
And then this is how you manage your home. And that's it, di ba?
Exactly. And then, yun nga, sabi ni Jayda, let's try to be less fearful. Because alam mo, when fear comes in, you decide, you become irrational, you become, kasi you become, parang ang bilis mo mag-decide na gano'n. Kasi tsaka mas madali kang makontrol when you're fearful. So less fearful, careful, but less fearful. Yeah.
Ang galing. And then music is something that like can bring us together. That's what you're espousing.
Well, you're right about music bringing us together, but also, one has asked me, what is your secret? How come you don't age? You don't, or you still have that aura, that outlook. It's having music in our lives. And it's so true, Noel. That's why tama yung sabi mo kanina. Music is essential. If people would just learn to realize what music does to us. I mean, even if you look back at history, music has always been there. Diba? It inspires, it uplifts, diba? And it should be like that. That was God's gift to man. I believe music was God's gift to man.
And Jayda,
remember the song, I Write the Song?
I know. And Jayda, siguro nakita mo yung mga pictures, no? Your mom would sing to you and your dad would sing to you and to calm you when you were a kid. Ganon talaga yan. And you were like really fortunate. Now, shifting to the last one, we're celebrating Father's Day this weekend. So, well, parang retreat lang, Jayda. Fill in the blanks as your tribute to your father. No? So what do you say? Well, when you say thank you, Dad, ... Can you like complete that sentence?
Well, of course, like I'll say it. I've said this time and time again. I'll say it again. Thank you for being such a great mentor and for being so present, especially at a time like this. And I thank you for uniting our family. I think that's like such a big thing, that we're so tightly knit as a family. And I think for me as a kid, like being able to grow up in that environment where that was fostered, where love and harmony just fostered, I just really appreciate that. So
galing. Second line during retreats. Sorry, Dad. Is there anything to say sorry about?
Sorry kasi minsan hindi na ako kasing lambing ng dati. I know things have changed.
Bakit?
Things have
Rule na ganun
changed.
na.
It's not a rule, but at the end of the day, no, I still love you. It's just that, like, you know, I'm
No, I
not,
don't.
Pero yun lang, di ba? So it's all this, thank you, I'm sorry. Then the last one would be, I love you. So say your Father's Day message to your dad now.
Well, I think I've said everything that's needed to be said. I love you very much, Dad. Even though sometimes, like, you know, you and I don't really see eye to eye on certain things. At the end of the day, like,
But
I mean,
love
I
answers
think-
everything, no?
Yeah, that's true. I think that's a nice way of putting it. That love answers everything. It's especially like love against like all odds, and that doesn't just mean romantic. I think that means even for familial love. So I love you and thank you for the lessons that you've taught me.
I love you too.
Ang galing. Kasi if there's anything that like carried us through this pandemic, it's really the 4 Fs, di ba? It's really food. Food for the body and for the soul. Music is part of it. Friends, we've gotten in touch with our pinaka-remote na friends. It's family and faith. And that's something you have in your family. Di ba? Parang sobra. And we all serve the 5th F would be the Filipinos. And that's it. Siguro yun yung dadagdag natin. Ang maganda lang talaga sa'yo, Jayda, you were rooted here. And wherever you go, at least there's home. Yun, parang there's root. And that's our ano, di ba, Dindong? Some people, some artists are just there flying, pero lumulutang sila because they don't take root. It matters where you take root.
You know, your two things, no? You said, yung kay Jayda, at least she's rooted here.
Yes.
There's one decision that we made correctly was to educate her here, to raise her here pa rin.
Hats off to Jess and
go
you.
back and forth.
Yeah.
That is one important thing. And I remember a friend of mine, even in the US back then, that was early 2000s, when they were saying, "Para if I were you," sabi niya, "wag mo ditong pag-aralin yung anak mo. Kasi dito, iba yung kulto, ibang pag-aral, iba lumalaki yung mga bata." And at that time, I was like, talaga ba ganito? And I was seeing it already. Iba, hindi na, kasi nga hindi natututukan siguro. Iba yung parang pag-teach ng values sa bahay. Kasi everybody's busy there.
Yeah.
But here, and that was the best decision because kahit papano, even if she has Western influences, her values, her core values are intact and are very Filipino. And I always tell her that, never, no matter how Western you become, even with your songwriting or your performances, and you know, it may be good, but never forget your core values. That is always essential to you as a person. That goes above anything else. And the number 2 thing that I wanted to emphasize since we're closing, Noel, diba sinasabi mo about F, all the Fs, okay? There's one F that you mentioned there that should be bigger than all, and that's faith. Faith over fear. Always faith over fear. We have to have that.
This is such a nice interview, nice catch up too. Pero yun talaga, it's us learning from each other, especially with this kid who's no longer a kid to us. But you have our support wherever this journey takes you. You know you're rooted here, and you're rooted in a position of love. And we're just here to support you. So that's it. We're ending this, but like eventually you will level up, and you've always leveled up. Yun, maraming salamat, Dindong, and Jessa for like raising this kid. Siguro when you face the Lord, you'd say your greatest accomplishment is raising this family and raising actually this family with this gem now who's making us proud. Yun. Maraming salamat. Maraming salamat. That's how, we'll end it that way. Ang galing lang. Parang ang sarap sa kaluluwa. Yun.
Thanks, Noel.
Maraming
nice interview.
Maraming
Di kailanman mapipigilan pagbuhos ng ulan. Ang buhay sadyang ganyan.
At kaya ng papago-pagong pag-ihip ng hangin. Lahat ay lilipas at magsasalita.
Huwag kang mabahala, huwag mataranta. Hindi kailangan ang mag-alilangan pa.
Isipin mo laging nandito lamang ang aking balikat, sa'yo'y nakaabang.
Asahan mo, hindi ka iiwan sa mundo. Lahat may hangganan, asahan mo. Wala nang atrasan sa iyong bawat hakbang na pupuntahan. Pangako kailanman, agad akong nandyan. Sang tawag mo lang.
At tuwing nagdidilim ang langit, di ba't nagpapakita ang buwan? Hanggang mag-umaga na naman.
Tara't hintayin na natin magsikat ng iyong araw, hanggang sa magliwanag muli ang lahat.
Asahan mo, hindi ka iiwan sa mundo. Lahat may hangganan, asahan mo. Wala nang atrasan sa iyong bawat hakbang na pupuntahan. Pangako kailanman, agad akong nandyan. Sang tawag mo lang. Asahan mo, hindi ka iiwan sa mundo. Lahat may hangganan, asahan mo. Wala nang atrasan sa iyong bawat hakbang na pupuntahan. Pangako kailanman, agad akong nandyan. Sang tawag mo lang. Sang tawag mo lang.
All caps, mga Atenista! It's time to level up! Your top variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Fridays from 3 to 6 p.m. here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.